the fuck? Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a wonderful day today, dude. That is a fantastic soundtrack. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, dude. Thursday at SHOT Show, absolute banger of a day, as in banging my head against the wall, dude. You had a wonderful time today, Taylor. Had some fantastic interactions with suppressor companies, which
this is a very interesting day.
we're going to get into that, though. That's on the thumbnail, dude, because I think that's the most interesting one because, of course, it involves individuals. It involves individuals known to be exceedingly trustworthy. But before we get it, I just thought about the last 3 days that you guys have been on. I haven't even asked you how your days are or what was interesting to you at all. I've just ran into the show. So, Nathan, how's your day? What stuck out to you other than being sore?
Yeah, I'm fucking tired. It's been a long day. The BDT booth that we were not supposed to be in, but we still walked into anyways. That was the best one. That was so cool.
The sad thing is, my dad is a large man, tall, much taller than I am. So I unfortunately would look like a retard in his clothes. Taylor, how was your day?
It was good, dude.
Okay.
A lot of highs, a lot of lows.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Big Kid. All right, or Gideon. I don't know which one that is, but thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ko-Fi. All right. Taylor, dude. Do you think a poor like me can afford a Taylor? Okay, you're insane. Absolutely insane today.
Am I okay, by the way? Am I fine back there?
You sound probably muffled, I would say, but
let me get closer. Just be safe. Oh yeah, I got here throwing codes already, dude.
Well, I have everybody messaging me for codes for all of the Geisly codes. We got even more today. So keep messaging me and I will get to you. I will give you a Geisly code. I had people offer me money for them and I am not accepting money for them. So all you have to do is ask. And as long as I still have some available, I will just give them away. So absolutely free. We're not doing that retarded, Semitic behavior stuff where I sell discount codes that I got given for free. That's gay. That's super K. Yeah, I know, Bryce. You're getting a code. Don't worry about it. How do we message you? Well, listen, Kino Commando. It's like my email is listed. It's focustrip@gmail.com. You can literally send me an email. You can send me a DM on Instagram. You can send me a DM on X because it's all Focus Trip. You can go onto my Discord, which somebody will probably drop a link in the chat at some point, and you can send me a message on there and say, hey, can I get a code? And then I give you a code. It's pretty simple.
Can you highlight RCX44? That's Rob Cox. They extended the coupon code by a few months because last time I checked.
Yeah, so let me see. Actually, that's a really good point. The code doesn't expire until May 31st.
Yeah, you got time.
May 31st. So sometime between now and 5/31. So you have plenty of time. All right. What do we want to start with today? Well, okay. So first off, the big news is, of course, allegedly, very allegedly, I have to say, Lawrence DeMonico got. People are messaging me now, which is quite funny. People are messaging me, trying to get codes because I asked them to. Who would have thought? But Lawrence DeMonico of Rare Breed Triggers, colloquially known as Rare Greed Triggers. Is it this one? No, it's this one. Rare Greed Triggers got kicked out of SHOT Show for handing out C&Ds to the FRT manufacturers on the show floor, which is a big no-no. Don't do that. So Lawrence and his large man in charge, I don't even know who that guy was orbiting him, or perhaps other people were orbiting him because of his size, right? Just the pure mass.
Planetary body.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Dude, this is unedited, real image right here, dude. Completely unedited, dude. That's a wide load right there. So
someone took their camera and got real close to that man.
Unedited photo, by the way, completely real, of Lawrence's his horse, I guess, that he rode in and out, dude. I don't know, man. The gas giant, dude. Literally the Grinch of SHOT Show. Audio sync seems off. Well, our internet's good. The mic setup is normal.
It's like that. Have you seen that edit of Nick Ocado?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what it looks like.
We really have a Nikado avocado community. That's crazy.
Rare breed bigger, dude. Yeah, dude, that's a bigger with a hard R, dude. Haas breed.
Dude, they should just slap the bumper stickers on him.
Dude, what he couldn't get them off, you know. He just keeps slapping them around.
He can't get them. Yeah, he can't get them off.
There was a bunch of stickers that you found, Arrow. What were they?
Oh, okay. So it says "fuck rare breed," but it crossed out breed, and it says "fuck rare breed."
Yeah.
This was in front of Desert Tech. Like somebody had like been placing them all around, and I
Mm-hmm.
guess they dropped a ton of them. It was kind of funny, but they're very low effort.
I mean, somebody just said wood. Shunt, get out of here, dude. I'm gonna
Wood.
grab that guy with a hammer and kill him or something, dude. That's insane. Man, 10 minutes in and I'm threatening to kill people, all right? Just like the SHOT Show floor,
The buffet
dude.
at Golden Corral was promised him 3,000 years.
Oh, he wipes front to back. Dude, his wipes are in different area codes, dude. Start and end is a quarter mile, dude.
Brother could CCW too.
Dude, very true. So anyway, so Lawrence was carrying around a briefcase full of documents, which is a no-no. Did you actually read the rules for SHOT Show?
Yeah, this is like hilariously not allowed.
Dude, so first off, do you actually read terms and conditions for fun?
No, I was nervous that like this super cool thing called networking wasn't allowed, and then I was informed that I'm retarded.
Yeah, well,
So-
networking is what it's for. It's
Yeah.
literally it's an industry event for people like you to talk to people that need people like you. You know, suppressor nerd, engineering nerd, stuff like that. So hit your boy up, Tay Tay. He's very good at certain things. His pants cry. Dude,
That's so
his
stupid.
pants cry when he gets into them, dude. They're like, how do we do
He's
this?
the new face of Cry Precision.
You can't see it though.
Yeah.
Dude, true. You can appendix a Draco. Real, dude. Real. I mean, listen, Ozempic can do wonders for a man, but I'm pretty sure that's the final boss for Ozempic right there. So Lawrence on the left, he is kicked out of SHOT Show for being a douchebag, being the Grinch who sued SHOT. I'm not sure exactly who he gave C&Ds to.
What is that in the background? Is that FRT? What is that? ERT?
So FRT, that's the P90. So he was there the first day at the booth. He didn't give them a C&D, but he was looking at it to, like, you know, check for patent violations. So
Yeah.
dude beat COVID.
He didn't give a C&D to Alex with the AK, did he?
He might have. I saw Alex there today. I didn't want to stop and ask him if he did. But yeah, so handing out C&Ds using SHOT Show for legal paperwork, while very efficient because it puts everybody in one spot, very much so not allowed. So Rare Breed is, I'm not sure if the company is banned or if just Lawrence DeMonico is banned, but that's a big no-no because it makes companies not want to come to SHOT Show, right?
Yeah.
So
because like the P90 FRT is like entirely different.
well, and again, I don't know if it was that company specifically that got a C&D. So it could have been somebody else. And I am stealing this, of course, I should mention, from Motto, who is here somewhere. I haven't seen him yet, but he's here somewhere around. I haven't seen a lot of people. I did miss a bunch of people here, which is, you know, publicity stunt. Yeah, this is a reverse publicity stunt, right? This is like, how can I get the most negative attention possible? I mean, like, he could have like stripped naked and run down the strip and like beat up a cop, and people would have thought higher of him than, you know, C&Ding people at SHOT Show. Like, what a way to speed run reputational ruin.
Dude, he's speed running, becoming the new Paul Leitner. I'm just saying. Like,
I still need to watch that stream to get all the lore.
Yeah, the lore. There's more lore on that. Apparently, we had some Geisley codes everywhere. We had another conversation with other people involved in that, and so that will probably have a follow-up stream at some. Yeah, it's true. D something gets it right. Everyone hated that. Like way to.
Have a handful of those stickers.
No, I dropped them off at Desert Tech because I really just didn't give a fuck. I mean, everyone already hates Rare Breed. Like,
Do you know who it probably was? It could have been Gun Slaps.
is that dude there? didn't see
Yeah, I
him.
think
know
so.
there was a few people from the Discord that I recognized that I didn't want to say anything.
I wonder. You know what? Actually, this makes sense. I feel like this big man, the rotund man on the right, is actually the reason, the impotence for Lawrence's behavior because he actually has to C&D other companies to get them to give him money to feed that man. The deal here is if he does not feed him, he gets eaten. So Lawrence is scrambling to make as much money as possible to feed that monster on the right before he becomes another lump of flesh. All right, because the guy before Lawrence, you see that right haunch? That's him. So Lawrence is next on the block if he does not continue to feed the beast.
There's a ton of rare breeds still in stock on his website too. Because I remember when those first came out, you couldn't get one to save your life, and now it's like nobody wants one anymore.
Well, the worst part is they're still like really good.
Yeah.
They're like the highest quality.
Did they-
8,000 calories a day. Dude, that's a lot.
Did they airlift him into the building? Yes. Dude, they had to take him through like the emergency exit, open up the walls to get him in. Have you seen like, where somebody lives in an apartment for like a decade and they're bedridden? They have to like
Oh my God.
remove
Yeah, they
him
like
with the
break
bed.
house down to get him out.
Yeah, basically gravy meal
Double
team
mass.
6 mass obtainer man.
And
Dude, that
he
man
doesn't
is
even-
forced to buy 3 seats on an
No,
airplane, all
I
right?
bet you they won't even let him on a plane when they see him. I bet they refund him and tell him to get a taxi.
Get a taxi, bro. That's you're going from North Carolina to Texas, dude, to get a taxi. Whale crane.
He's a big guy. So that was Lawrence DeMonico I saw the first day when we were
Was he hanging out with a whale?
yeah, well he was just walking by and it's just one of those people that you pass by and you don't think of anything. I saw that big dude and I didn't really think of anything either. And yeah, so that is still funny that he possibly got kicked out.
True. Dude, every buffet within a 500-mile radius has a picture of him pinned up. Do not let this man in.
Do not admit.
Yeah, Violent Sage, if you just got in now, man, you're going to be a little confused. You're going to be a little excuse me? Who is this?
That F-350 they're giving away, they need to give the Lawrence to get this motherfucker out.
True. He needs to get on a Jenny Crank diet. He got jump qualified because they couldn't fly him any other way.
Which gun bunny is gonna take the L?
Speaking of L's, dude, tragic accident at the BCA booth, dude. Once again, just demolished. ICE came in. It was a really fast operation. They came in. They literally grabbed every single Bear Creek Arsenal employee, ripped them out of the building. It's deserved. I mean, deserved. But none of them spoke English. The smell was terrible. It was ridiculous. So honestly, everybody was happy. Actually, everybody stood up and gave them a standing ovation as they led the Bear Creek Arsenal employees out of shot. So this was a big W for ICE in Vegas here. I mean, Lawrence handing out C&Ds, cringe. ICE, detaining Bear Creek Arsenal employees, mega base. We appreciate that. Yeah.
I need ICE to go after all the Turks, man. There's so many. If they got rid of all the Turkish companies at SHOT Show, like half of SHOT Show wouldn't
Half
be
the
there.
vendors
Yeah.
are gone.
It's so many people.
Dude, one can of Raid would kill half of SHOT Show right there.
It'd make the whole thing walkable.
Dude, people are asking if this is real. Yes, look at the account. Okay, this is very real.
This is
Very real,
I showed up
yes.
to Bear Creek Arsenal and grabbed them.
I almost asked.
He sweats buttermilk. Going back to the other guy. Yeah, actually, let me make sure that I can show the rest of these. You're gonna look up at the Rotund man again. Gun slaps. I don't know if he's here. Haven't seen him. Okay, that stop box is a joke. True. Can I show all these? All right. Sometimes. Toxic to the competition. Yeah. Stop box is a joke for sure. And the Keltec booth, as far as I'm aware, nothing has been stolen from the Keltec booth, which is actually kind of disappointing. So, I mean, we could probably fix that. Oh my gosh, dude. See, this is the problem. I ask people to message me, and then I actually get 100 Oh my gosh.
Dude, that's on you, man.
Yeah, I actually lied. Don't message me for Geisley codes. They're all gone now, dude. Sorry.
I was just giving them out to people randomly.
Well, I mean, I've already promised a few to certain people for, being fans, hanging out, especially supporters, subscribe star guys, stuff like that. I got to give away a few there for sure.
3,000 years ago.
Dude,
I've already
my
promised a
bad.
few.
Shut up, dude. That retard. Where else did we stop that was interesting? We stopped by the T-Rex Arms booth.
Oh,
That
that is depressing.
that
You
was
weren't there,
depressing.
dude. It was bad.
there
Sure
we
it
couldn't
was
find it
enlightening.
because it like our TV on the wall is probably wider than their
Yeah.
booth.
Legitimately, the booth had to have been like maybe 4 feet wide. 3 people working there. No one was interacting with them. They had one of like the really cheap booths. And it was Caesar's.
It
Forum,
was the
right?
smallest booth
Yeah.
in Caesar's Forum, which is still upstairs. It's not the ghetto, okay, but it is across the bridge. But it was like towards the back, but it was a 4-foot section. Like it was
Yeah.
literally 4 feet, a singular table, a mini TV screen in the back, honestly kind of pitiful, and 3 employees, nobody else.
It's 3 unrecognizable employees too.
Yeah.
So none of the
No.
Watkins were.
No, I didn't see
Sure.
Isaac. I didn't see any of the other Botkins there other than Lucas. Had a good conversation with Lucas, but other than that, I did not see any of the actual T-Rex Arms people there.
Was wider than you are tall? He's talking to you, John.
Dude,
No,
that's close.
no.
It's close. I think I might be taller than it was wide. Yeah.
They didn't have anything to show off either. like,
No,
all-
I got an email today. They have a what's it called? Their Titan, I think is what they're calling it. Their level 2 retention holster. Nobody there, not a single person there when we walked by. So, kind of a big oof. Kind of a big oof. Yeah, I saw Brock was I saw Brock literally running today
yeah.
somewhere as he was going. Hop was on his way. I don't like just run into people because I see them, but I'm not going to chase them down and be like, "Oh, stop, talk to me right now." It's like they're working, they're doing their own things,
You just
So,
don't have time to stop either. Like the time.
well,
taken
yeah,
to
especially
have-
these guys, when they're
Yeah.
actually like we were running around because we had to be at Smith and Wesson at 9. We missed that. Had to be there at 11. We had to be at Holliston at 11:30. Yeah. So I mean, why don't we go ahead and go through some of the cool stuff that we saw today? Also on the thumbnail, that is the Italian Special Forces guy who made us coffee at the Beretta Defense booth, and that was probably the highlight of shot. Was actually getting to talk to Beretta SF guy who helped to develop the NARP, which is what the next assault rifle platform, new assault
Yeah,
rifle platform,
yeah.
something like that. Right. And talk about the Praetorian and some of the other stuff because it was not at the regular Beretta booth, but they had a like, do you saw how
It was like
used
a-
that
like a
one?
hidden Beretta booth.
Well, but the gun itself was like abused. Did you
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
notice that? Yeah,
all,
it
all
was
the guns there
it
were-
was very distressed. They had a well-used
Did you
Praetorian
see
there.
their like TR-22A1, that big ass sniper rifle that was right next
Mhm.
to it.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
staring
Yeah,
at
yeah.
it and I was like, oh, that thing's been like
that was also clearly
messed
used.
with. Italian coffee, yeah, that's called an espresso.
just when I thought my Thursday couldn't get any worse, here's T
Yeah,
Move
you gotta
Vintage.
donate to talk shit, man.
Dude, real dude.
These
Dude.
monkeys, dude.
That's a good one. Border
Border
Crossing
Crossing
Americans, BCA, dude.
But
Real.
No, it was cool. The rifle was super cool. The dude was super short, but like it was super cool also.
All right, Andrew, I'm gonna call you up because you just sent me an email. Do not call me daddy in emails. All right. All right, Andrew. You know who you are, Andrew. Do not call me daddy in emails. All right.
That's so fucking funny.
That's Tay-Tay's job. Also, Kodiak is dropping them in the chat, so everybody had better be thanking Kodiak for that. See that? Yes, we did. We literally got to play around with the PKM. We talked to. Is it? Oh, damn it! I just forgot his name. It is
Like those-
Ranko. Yes, Ranko. That's the gentleman. He walked us through the PKM. So let me go ahead and start going through the stuff that we actually talked about today. Taylor. Tay-Tay, sorry. Do you want to talk about the ambient now?
I wanna bury this a little further.
Okay,
That's
we'll
not-
bury
yeah,
it further
yeah.
because that's
That's,
a little spicy. That's a
It's-
little
it's not,
spicier.
not
Yeah,
good.
dude. That even me messing with that ambient, I was like doing like basically.
Okay. Well, actually, you weren't there for this because you were doing your own thingamajig. But I guess we could talk about when it loads. All right. So we did actually go take a look at the. I can't play the video, so I gotta be very careful with this because otherwise they'll murder me, which is obnoxious but true.
Oh, it's about Night Force.
Yeah, well, this is the first place we stopped. So we'll just go in chronological order for the
Yeah.
day. So we started off at.
Please show that.
No, I already did. It's been on the screen for too much, dude. So we started off at the Night Force booth, and we had a nice gentleman there run us through the entire Night Force NX6 lineup, which is a 1 to 6, 2 to 12, 3 to 18, 4 to 24. All the normal things. some more hunting applications, some more tactical, lightweight. I think this one here is like 16, 17 ounces, maybe 19. It's somewhere in that range. It's relatively lightweight trim scope. Still expensive, still good glass. This one here is a fiber optic version, but they are coming out with a first focal plane diffractive illumination version as well in the future. I would actually take this over the NX8 because the NX8 looks kind of bad, whereas this has like a really decent 1X with good glass and when the first focal plane reticle comes out, and it's cheaper as well. So if you want a bougie 1-6, it's fine. The other options, you looked at them. What do you think, Earl?
The 1-6 was really nice. All of them were really nice. The 1-6 was super simple but super nice. The 5-30, the gamer rifle, they put that one on the Seekins Havoc Hunter. That one was really nice too. I didn't look through they're 4-20, yeah.
4-24. This is the 1-6. Let me see if I can get a better picture.
Yeah, that one felt pretty good. I mean, their tag, I want to say, was like the 1-6 was like, I want to say 1800 MSRP, I think. But I mean,
okay,
it's good glass. And they're also not made in America. They're all made in Japan, I believe.
Yeah, so Japanese glass for the NX6 lineup, and they say that they still go through all the same QC processes and everything else. Connor, thanks for being a member, bro. Appreciate that. Aiden, you have to ask in a DM either here or on, not here, obviously, Gmail, Instagram, X, Discord, if you're on the Discord, anything like that. So yeah, Connor says made in Japan. So these are still made in Japan, Japanese glass, and then they go through all the same QC as everything else. I don't know if you noticed, but next to us, they had a guy demoing them by beating them with a hammer.
Oh, yeah. He was tapping it, so he wasn't like slamming it on the hard platform, whatever he was using, but he was hitting it pretty hard on it, and then he was looking it through whatever fancy doodad machine they have that like checks to see if it's still in line, and it still held 0 apparently.
Yeah.
That one right there is the 5-30. It's also not very big for it being a 5-30. Also, I kind of noticed that because I think the ATACR line is pretty large, is it not? Like
Yeah, didn't he say something that was like 10 ounces lighter? Because one was 39. One was 39 ounces, and this one's 29 ounces. Yeah. So I mean, it's not a lightweight scope, but it's compared to the huge ATACR, it's 10 ounces lighter. So you're saving almost 3/4 of a pound there on that. Now they all have different reticle options. So this one here has a green Stadia line reticle for like hunting. You can get the Milgrid Christmas trees and the other more complicated reticles, but that was Night Force, which was nice. It's nice to see little companies like that bringing out new product every now and again. Now, I would have liked to see a bigger price reduction because there's only like a $200 delta between like the NX6 and the NX8 line. So it's not like that big of a difference. It's something, but it's not that much. All right, let's see. What else we talk? Oh, dude, yeah. So we went to Caracal. Okay, so funny story. I can tell this. Okay, because the guy was talking to me about the Caracal 817, which is the 308 version of it. They brought a couple into the country from Caracal, from UAE, which is, of course, if you're not familiar, Caracal brought over the designers of the SIG 516, who brought over the designers of the original HK 416. So it's a gun within that lineage. Very similar in the way that it works, except it's designed to work better in sandy environments. Of course, it's supposedly the best sand rifle of all time because it's, of course, for the UAE. Now, the 817 is, of course, the 816, but in 308, they brought a couple over, did not get the import license approved, and eventually had to just cut them up into little tiny pieces. So no 817 as of this point in time. But we did take a look at their Arab MPX, I guess you could say. And let me see if I can find a good picture of it for you guys. Actually, let me see if the Wooks one. Where's the Wooks one at?
The Wooks one was pretty sexy.
The Wooks one looks better. So it's a full ambi. There we go. That's a good one. It's a full ambi little guy. I think they have a 9-inch version, and then they have a K version, which is like 4 or 5 inches, something like that, which honestly is still plenty. Some might even say oversized. but it's a MPX-ish gun. It's going to ship for about, well, actually, I can't say that. It's going to have a sub 2K MSRP and then come to market for less than that, right? So full ambi, you have left side magazine release, right side bolt lock, bolt release, and mil spec trigger on the inside. So you can swap it out with AR-15 fire control units with some finagling. I'm sure there's probably some compatibility issues because they have that weird block in the back. 1913 adapter on the back. AR style grips, which is good. 9mm, of course, very interesting. This is built off of the MP5 magazine, so that's interesting, I guess. MP5 mags are cheaper than MPX mags, though, aren't they? Because the MPX mags are like retarded.
About the same.
Yeah, MPX are like 60. I think you can find real HKs for like 60 to 80 bucks.
Well, but you can find the like the KCIs and stuff for like $20 for the MP5 if they actually work, right? So it is based off of the MP5 magazine. You have an AR style charging handle, right? It's a cantilever blowback. They called it advanced blowback. So allegedly it's really nice to interact with. And again, I can't really verify that considering we're just at the show. But as a cringe. Arab, slightly less cringe. MPX could be a cool little addition, and it felt nice. It felt like a quality piece, whereas some of the other PCCs that we were feeling, Zenith, were quite mediocre at best.
That Zenith was rough. It did not feel good at all.
Somebody had a question about your watch. Is it a X33?
Who, me?
You, yeah.
Dude, that's a poor watch. That's a Garmin Phoenix 5X. Like, you can get those on Facebook for low.
Well, so I'm not sure how they designed the bolt catch. Although, to be clear, I don't care about bolt lock most of the time. So, but for malfunction clearing or anything else like that, having a bolt catch that you can actuate whenever you want is really nice. So I like that aspect of it. Now, as far as, again, the recoil system, it has a dual internal recoil springs, and it all comes out in one piece because it's all captured in the upper, obviously. And then there's like a really long piece of metal that goes in the like handguard itself that supposedly like balances it out as it's reciprocating. I don't know if any of that works or if that's just complete nonsense, but supposedly in giggle mode, it is quite.
Does it come with a free rug?
Yeah.
Someone did ask Taylor, is this compatible with an FRT?
No. So that's kind of the big bitch with these platforms, because I actually fought with the Nemo Arms Mongoose for a few months and finally got a prototype working in a customer's firearm, because the trigger fits just fine, but the back of the bolt obviously is not real. So you have to somehow devise your own slip trip for that particular platform. Can it be done? Probably. I'm not doing it again, so figure it out.
Yeah, Caracal makes a pretty quality product, but I don't think this is going to sell like hotcakes, considering it's a foreign import. It's not cheap. It's still expensive.
It's almost as much as an MPX.
It's a little bit less than an MPX. And if I had to guess, the recoil is a little worse than an MPX.
Because, I mean, every recoil, like the MP5 is worse than the MPX.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, ergonomically, I like it. And maybe just meta-wise, I like giving money to them rather than SIG, although even that's kind of like a toss-up, right? Because it's like, do I give my money to foreign entities or foreign entities? Let me know. Ostensibly, SIG's American, right? But we know where that money goes, okay? The MP5 recoil is gay for sure. Well, we're just talking about we're being nerds here, of course. Like even a blowback, like I run a blowback. I run a non-advanced blowback 9mm PCC, and I love it. Okay, so like I don't care about the bouncy recoil. Boner maxing. Oh, actually, if you're going, could you grab me the energy drink out of the freezer?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anyone else like a monster or something like that?
Does the handguard hold 0? Yes, because it was not made by SIG. So that's a good point. The handguard actually does hold 0 on this little homeboy. Let's see here. All right. This is a shoot. What is this? Okay, I can't show this on camera. Let me.
Daewoo MPX.
Yeah, but that's all like, is it actually coming out? Is it actually coming to market? You tell me, dog.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, you guys like metal cans, and by metal cans I mean like metal looking cans, because we got Taylor can probably give us more feedback on this one, but we got some new cat cans, yeah, that were released at a silencer shop today. Now, by released, I mean teased and shown off. They were showing their cans, so to speak, their large, round, spiky cans, which some of you guys are into, which is very strange. Throndle says orc coated. Very true. Orc coated, yes. Well, that's technically like a standoff device, because this, if you look at that bore, you're like, that's a really big hole. Okay, that's like a ran through can right there. Well, that's because this is the new all titanium flow through kind of 12 gauge can from Cat. And what do they call this thing? Do you remember? The rape whistle?
The big bitch.
It's the names have gotten kind of
he's
silly.
here. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
sick, dude. All right, so
We're
what's
talking about the cat cans.
what's the name of the Cat can? The 12 gauge.
To my understanding, it has not been publicly released.
No, he said it was something.
Did he give you the abbreviation?
No. He gave me a name for it. So
Okay.
this is at the SHOT Show booth. This is Taylor holding it right now. You can see it is a Fat Boy hub compatible with a choke to what's the thing? Nano? Choke to nano adapter. Did you do that?
So there's inside.
You can come closer. I'm not going to give you eggs.
Okay. Well, it's okay. Somebody already has. So for those that don't know, the Gen 12, I always mix up the Origin and the Genesis 12. Pretty sure the Genesis is the right one, is what I'm talking about. Has standard hub threads on there, which is what this surpriser was designed for. But there is a
Ooh.
Spooky 2 mount that it ships with. Then you can obviously purchase choke adapters to get you to the nano mount so that you can put it on either the shotgun it was designed for or onto anything that takes a shotgun choke.
All right. Well, let me actually pull this up. You guys can't see it because he's touching a firearm, so I'm going to not do that.
Good morning, everyone.
Can you guys hear that, though? Can you guys hear that audio? Let me know, because I'm pretty sure he tells me what the name of the can is when he picks it up. I feel bad for you, dude, because you had to hold the camera for like 10 minutes for this one.
Oh,
Or
dude,
longer.
yeah, it was like that was
A long one, dude.
Okay, so the other one that seems to be dragging the attention today, and for good reason, is the coin toss. Our new 12 gauge.
The coin toss.
Coin toss.
Yeah, for those that know, I did make a reference to that in chat that it was going to be a joke about No Country for Old Men.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh.
I was going to ask him about that, actually, because I was like, okay, does it sound like that
Why
shotgun?
couldn't they
Okay.
call it like the Anton or the Shigur?
So the
The
AC
sugar.
was tossed around, and
They should have
it
done
was-
that one, man. That's such
Yeah.
a better name.
Yeah, so I mean, it comes with a regular end cap. It comes with a closed end cap. It comes with a stand. Well, not necessarily comes with, but it has these options. So you get the standoff device if you're breaching doors like a cool kid, or just a standard flow through weird design stuff. So I mean, it's cool cans. The MSRP is high, very high. It's a fully 3D printed titanium monster. It is a big fat boy, and I think it was sub 2K. But it was still
Higher than 1.5, huh?
hey, CAC Industry in the chat, hope you're doing well, sirs. I still your machine gun's probably gone at this point, but I am sad that I didn't get a video with the water cooled machine gun. But yeah, so it's a big can that is relatively lightweight because of its material selection, but still sub 2K for that much 3D printed titanium. Now the other two cans.
Is it more than the ambient that we were talking about earlier?
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
wow,
It's
between those two.
it's-
Right?
it's,
those two areas.
There's
It's-
a digit with a 1 and a
it's-
digit with an 8.
I was about to say if
Oh,
it was a year, it would be 1850 or 1800.
Because
Okay,
this
so
towel, though, as unobtainium as that is like what?
It's 1 even.
Yeah, one even.
dude. Cats.
It's actually almost half the price of the Huxworks one though. If you try to buy the Hux a la carte, it's like
I
the
didn't know
year
Hux had
2025. It's
Oh.
like the year 2200.
Hux has a
the
12.
dude, I can't wait for
Yes,
the year
it only
2020.
ships with the Genesis 12 is the only way to buy
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot Genesis and Hux had a little
it. Yeah,
sucky partner deal.
it is hilariously
Hey,
expensive.
Burger, thank you, sir, for the new membership. Nobody cares about the TNP 380, dude. That's not a real
If you
gun.
buy B&T products, I will make fun of you.
Okay, I actually didn't get any B-roll of these cans, so why don't you tell me about these two new ones, dude? Because Tay-Tay's in the know, okay?
I am sadly in the know. So the
Sadly, what do you mean, dude?
Nah, I do love it. So the Super Thug and the Akbar or the AK, just the two newest generation surprisers for your 30 and 223 caliber needs. Also not pictured is the I can't remember the public name. It's the 45 handgun surpriser and the 6 mil OTB surpriser are both coming out as well in the next couple months.
So talking here to actually, is his name Taylor too?
No, his name is Tyler.
Tyler, okay, that's one. So talking to Tyler about these are the replacement of the old Cat, White Bread, and
Correct.
ODB, right? So these are better, allegedly, again, depending on your metrics, better in every way, shape, or form than what came before, other than size and weight, because they're 10% thicker, so they're 10% heavier.
And they're a little bigger. They're upscaled versions of the CICMs.
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like the old cans were bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just he said 2 years.
Yep, it's 2 year
Between-
generational improvement. So the
Yeah,
first product lines were like January of 24, and now we're January
Mhm.
26. So.
And these are around the first millennium in terms of cost, right?
Yeah, I think the MSRP maybe went up a band or a blue stripe at most.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Pretty much the same as all the old generation stuff at retail.
Focus group. People on not Twitter are saying someone got stabbed at SHOT Show.
Dude, how many
Really?
people are there? And the fact that you can just grab a knife at some of those booths, I'm not surprised.
Well, I mean, like I had a knife like on me the entire time, and maybe other devices as well. You never know. So,
if we're lucky, it's 2 cringe YouTubers. Dude.
well, dude, yeah, that would be wild. I'm actually gonna look this up. SHOT Show stabbing. I think that might be interesting
Was it Rare
diversion.
Breed?
Whoa.
Oh,
Targeted ads. They know exactly what I need, I guess. Jeez. SHOT Show
Gotcha game.
stabbing. It's a gotcha game.
anime
Do stabbing. 18-year-old. No. Stabbing.
Go to Twitter.
Yeah, I know. When you do stabbing, everything else comes up. You Google SHOT Show stabbing, and it's every other incident
Google
of
SHOT Show stabbing is something in Europe.
stabbing was it was stabbing in the back by Rare Breed.
Did we
Yes.
just get one guide? We just got one guide.
Yeah. Was it Rare Breed? Was it Lawrence? Jeez, who'd you stab?
Trench has
Hey, yeah, dude. Trench is starting a war. He's going to war with his members, dude.
Stab this YouTuber. We are going to.
We are going to war. So I don't know. Are you excited about these cans, Taylor?
I mean, yeah, I have one of every flavor except the white bread. I'm gonna have all the new ones too. So
Well, wait, aren't you getting white breads for your homeboys?
I am for very
for very-
judicious exchanges.
Yes, yes, the
Carl
appropriate
Fine
exchanges.
lost it.
Okay, so
Carl Fallon was it?
I feel kind of bad. No, actually, I don't. I lied. I don't feel bad at all. So we were at the M&P booth again. Thank you, Mr. Johnny. I'll get to that in just a second. We were at the M&P booth again today. We did our own interview, our self-interview for the M&P 5.0 Steel, which has a introductory number of, again, probably the year 1800, which is absolutely nuts for what it is, because there's like a few things that you still need to tweak on the handgun. So that just seems like a horrible value proposition to me.
Yeah.
The simpler version is like 1250 BC, 1200 AD. So it's a rough asking year. All right, it's a very rough asking year. 1200 was a rough year. All right.
Because you can get Shadow 2s for like used ones for like the 1 mark.
Well, I may have acquired a full competition package for roughly the year 1400, which was, 9 magazines, holster, optics cut, the whole shebang for 14. So, yeah, it's a rough value proposition. Very rough. I mean, it's competing with the Walther 5-inch steel guns, which have better features. They're heavier, they have better triggers, and they don't need a barrel swap. So it's a rough asking price if you ask me personally.
Yeah.
Now, if you're already into the M&P family, if you already have the magazines, if you already have the holsters, maybe then it's like, okay, well, I have all the supporting equipment already, so I'm just gonna straight up buy this, and it's heavier and I already like it. Okay. Now, the Koas, which people were kind of excited about, like, oh, hey, did you see that Aimpoint's bringing out the Koa for the M&P? Kind of neat. LE and military only. So I'm holding a Koa medal in my hand, but I am not LE. I am not military. These are not offered to us at all. So they were Glock exclusive for a year, basically.
Like 5 minutes, yeah.
Well, no, they were
Not
Glock
even a
exclusive for a
year.
year. Like they came out last year.
Not even a year. They were out for like maybe.
Exclusive. Okay, I thought you meant like they were available.
Oh,
for you on the
available.
Glocks,
Yeah, I was talking about available. Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
exclusive to Glock for roughly about
What
a year.
1 year?
They
Because
were-
last year I did an interview with Shane about the Koa.
Yeah.
And then this year we see them on the M&P. However, they are still not available for us. They're only available for military and LE, which I think means that they're selling really well to military and LE, but they don't have enough extra capacity to sell in the civilian market, and so they're all allocated for military and LE. Now, if I was an agency and I was looking at switching to Glock or M&P from, maybe a third brand that sucks, and is being dropped by a lot of agencies. Now, having a complete package to pick up with almost no additional, gunsmithing required, right? They're just a complete package from the factory. This would be very attractive, right? Low maintenance, simple, plug and play, and relatively affordable. John said package. Dude, I have an affordable package here, okay? I'm selling it to law enforcement only, though. And maybe military, too. What about John's package? Jeez, dude, jeez.
Someone was asking about the Glock Gen V. Funny enough, it is at SHOT Show. So, like, it's going to be funny if they still make them, but I don't think they are.
First off, for $20, Mr. Johnny
Shut
Moo.
the fuck up, man.
You deserve it. For $20, says, what would be the two best suppressors for a 16-inch 5.56 and an 8.3-inch 30 cal, with the priority being exclusively sound suppression, flash mitigation, and not glowing under nods, since you work in that industry? Taylor.
The 8.3-inch 30 cal. Honestly, dude, the Dead Air Nomad L is a banging suppressor that can be had for like I think 8 and some change, maybe.
Yeah.
They're very affordable. They're great. It was one of my first. It's awesome, especially on 300 blackout. 16-inch 5.56. I mean, you kind of got dealer's choice, man. Obviously, the White Bread's awesome. The Super Thug is going to be even better.
That's the name of the new one, Super Thug, right?
Yes, the new one.
Super Thug. The names are insane, okay?
Yeah.
Holosun has the acronyms, and you have the wacky names.
Yeah.
Some of the hooks.
Honestly, though, man, like flavor of the day on the 5.56,
Would you even go wrong with on a 16-inch gun with mid or intermediate gas? Would you even go wrong with like a Polonium K?
So you're gonna have to tune for the Polonium pretty hard. That's kind of my only issue with like a standard baffled 5.56 in the year of our Lord 2026. It's like you're gonna have to do a lot of work on your end to make it work. But
He also says no budget limits. So yeah, no polo
budget
K,
limit.
no
Yeah,
polo K
yeah,
then.
fuck it, just run the cat and then either the Dead Air. Dude, honestly, I've got a Johnny Law Inconel on my 300 black. I've tried like every Magnum 30 cal can under the sun. I've got the Hyperion. I've got the freaking Nomad L. I've got the Johnny Law. The Nomad L is a tiny bit quieter than the Johnny Law, but you can run the Johnny Law on the unsuppressed setting on the MCX and it doesn't lock back. So,
No budget, then SOCOM. Which one's the SOCOM? The RC series?
Nah, dude.
No.
The SOCOM RC2 also bad. Do not buy an RC2 in 2026. I mean, it's a great can. It does really cool things, especially for its like time. But you can do so much better now.
It's not
Yeah.
2005 anymore.
Yeah. Well, what about the RC4? Have you heard anything about the RC4?
I mean, it may be amazing. I don't know literally anything about it. So if the RC4 is like banging, then I guess go for that. But you're kind of married to the Surefire mounts, which suck, and
Yeah.
we don't know if the RC4 is good or not yet. So
RC foreskin.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is the RC foreskin, dude. It literally is. They welded back your foreskin, dude. Thank you, Mr. Johnny Moo. Appreciate you, sir. All right. What is next on the list? What else do we talk about today? Do we want to go over Holosun? We went over Holosun yesterday or the day before when we talked about it. Holosun has a lot of cool stuff coming. They have so many new products, you know, standalone options for your IR illuminators. They have the dual series. They got big windows on the Ames macro for your pistols on the Pro Max
Mr.
507.
Mr. Bilbo, we were going to be talking at length about the Ambient Arms jet
Oh,
turbine.
and I just saw compulsive gun buyer in chat. I was not there for this, but allegedly that Ambient Arms interview did not go well. I went back to Ambient Arms myself and Arrow, and we chatted with somebody who was not one of the engineers, and his answer was I don't know about almost everything I asked.
You know what's even funnier? When you were
What's up?
asking like not so simple but not so hard questions, even the head engineer behind you,
He was
the
not
big guy
happy.
with the bad tattoos, was like giving you glances and like.
Oh, you know what?
I'm gonna leave it up to chat to be the judge of like someone being squirrely about their can being questioned. That's all. Someone also did ask like there was a Praetorian at SHOT Show from Beretta. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
got our hands
found
on
it. We found the
snuck
Praetorian. Well, it's not a Praetorian. The Praetorian is the GIGN version in 6.5 Grendel, no forward assist, right? So that's that model of it. But the NARP was there, heavily used and abused, and we got to talk to the SF guy who helped develop it. So that was very cool.
Yeah.
Now we did. I forgot we stopped by the PSA booth. So we were at.
I keyholed that in my mind.
Yeah, I big forgot about that. So we were at the PSA booth. We did Coon Finger the 5.7, the X57. It feels as rough as you think it would. It's definitely not finished. Most of these things were using like 3D printed plastic cans just as like looks, you know?
Yeah, even like the Saber line, it was just a 3D printed like actual can shape. Just
Yeah.
to show what they would look like.
So we were at the PSA booth. Nobody talked to me, which was perfectly fine. Very acceptable. No conversations needed. It's all right. I understand. It's like that meme in Parks and Rec, where he's at the hardware store and he's like, "Stop! I know more than you."
Quite literally.
Yeah. So how was the print quality? Bad. It looked like it was done on a home built little 3D printer. It was like, it's just for looks though, right? It literally is just for looks. So the X57 was there. You know, the form factor I like. Okay, so if they can make this form factor not garbage, you know, like it could be cool. Okay, I just have little faith in them actually doing that thing, which is the problem why I don't want to give them a bunch of money, and I also don't want you to give them a bunch of money. Now, the shotgun with also actually I gotta go back. The shotgun that they had out, the AXR 570, whatever they're calling it, actually felt the best. But that is also just a 3D printed plastic can on the end.
Yeah. Real.
Yeah. I mean, the pump action felt nice. The rail was attached semi-solidly. The trigger was actually really good. The safety was really mushy because it has like an AR style safety, but it feels really plastic and bad. Again, I don't know if that's a final part or not. But the actual pump action itself and the rail felt, relatively solid, good trigger. The ergonomics are adjustable as needed. So that element of it, if it's not expensive, I mean, I'm fine with another 12 gauge option being on the market. I just don't care about a 12 gauge pump in 2026.
Yeah.
So it's not very exciting.
I think the best thing PSA had is still that double stack 9mm 1911 of theirs.
Well, we're about to take a look at that. I think
And
it's
it
up there.
felt pretty solid.
It felt pretty solid, but like if you saw the list of all their parts, parts. Like half of them aren't even theirs. They just took a bunch of Wilson Combat parts.
Yeah, so I did play around with both the Shorty AXR Jackal and the Long Boy here. It's all right. Okay, if I had to be honest, which I of course I have to be honest, of course. It actually feels a lot better than the Jackal. Like objectively, it feels and looks much better than the Jackal. Okay, so rebranding it away from the Jackal 2.0, it's probably a good idea because it is very different. The side charging handle on the left, which is very spear-like, it feels like a spear. I don't know if you felt it, but it feels to me.
Yeah, it's just an MCX.
It feels very spear LT-ish. The way that the handguard is, the way that the reciprocating is. Now, one bad thing is, as you know, if you watched our previous content, the handguard and top rail are screwed in place. And on that, there's either 8 or 9 screws on that top rail holding it in place, not including any of the other receiver screws that are on the other side. So there's probably still a dozen or more screws, not include. I don't know exactly how the handguard is in place, if it's held in place by the bolts on the top rail as well, but there's at least a dozen screws in this thing. It does feel nicer than the Jackal, original Jackal. So if the price tag isn't horrifyingly bad, that's good. That's very good. Thank you, Sabardic Psycho. That was very funny. So I mean, you know, it's okay. It did bind up on me one time and it would not charge, which I thought was funny. So I was sitting there just ripping on the charging handle and it was not moving. So I thought that was, you know, interesting. But again, PSA, I'm personally not paying 16-ish, 17, 18 for one of these. That's not my thing. And I also don't care that the fact that the top rail comes off. Honestly, I wish the top rail didn't come off. I would kind of like that to not be a removable part. I think that would be the best. What else did we take a look at there?
They're fake ass flux.
Oh, yeah. Which is actually not terrible, right? We didn't hate that as far as I remember.
It wasn't the worst, but it's a stiff system. Like to return the brace back to its compact form, you have to jam that thing in.
Oh, it is very stiff. So what's also weird about it is this optics mounting system in the back. It's obviously uncomfortable, right? Because you're using like 2 tiny wires to that's what's holding your stock or brace. It's very fluxy. Of course, I'm not sure who's actually making this. They're making their own version in-house. But I don't know why you need a pick rail up in front unless you're doing like, you know, laser light combo or other such nonsense, which I guess maybe you are if you're really into the PDW concept as a like complete weapon system, which dude, if I'm putting nods on, I don't know why why there's a PDW in the question at all. Like that seems kind of like if I have a helmet, I have a rifle. Okay, I have a real gun. I don't need this thing. This at best, this is a backpack gun with a light on it, dude. So, but there's all. It's modular. So they have the full pick version. They have the acro cut. They have you know, the not front hood. They have the slimmer version, right? So they have all the different things. The telescoping stock, very stiff spring pressure to get it. Went out and I never hooked up the Wi-Fi. All right, are we back? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. The Ethernet cable became unplugged because I'm retarded. So I'll just go again. We're back. Don't worry. We're back. Don't worry about it. Let's see. So yeah, I thought it was fine. You know, it's okay. If it comes at a reasonable price and doesn't smell like degenerate brovets, then I'm okay with it. Taylor, what are your thoughts on the PDW concept?
It's kind of like literally what I was trying to say earlier was like your joke. It's like, yeah, dude, I got my nods and my helmet and my plate carrier, but my big pistol. It's like, no. The bag gun concept's cool, I guess, but I mean, my MPXK can get that small and it's like way better. So who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a good version. I don't have a good picture of it here, but I mean, they have. You can see in the background they have like the slim version. They have the full rail version. They have a front RMR mount for some reason. If you want the RMR really far forward, they have a complete railed version where there's like a carry handle accurizer pick rail from the front to the back, so it's just a complete pick. They have an RMR charging handle on top of the dagger slide. That's okay. I don't think it's pictured, but I did play around with the AXR handguns. Those were awful. I
Oh,
thought those were
yeah.
terrible. Did
We
you
were-
touch them?
I did not
We
lay
were
hands
messing
on
with
those.
those.
The polymer AXR handguards or handguns, right? The cheap ones, the new RXM frame compatible, fire control unit compatible handguns felt awful.
Yeah,
Terrible.
they're pretty bad.
Terrible.
What's the price point if the Rugers are 4?
Well, the Rugers are 350
Yeah.
on sale. The Rugers are dirt cheap, dude.
Oh,
The
I haven't-
frames
I
the
haven't
frames
paid
are
for 4.
$69.99, right? So I
Some
mean,
might
like,
have to be around the 4 mark, and I think the competition models have to be around like maybe the 7 mark. I think, but I mean, if you're already paying that money, just get a Glock. Literally. Trying to remember. Oh yeah,
here's this one. Okay, so these are actually. Let me pull it back a little bit. That's good. Okay, so here is the full AXR lineup. They, of course, like the daggers, they come in all different shapes and sizes. So, like, you have the comped version, you have the threaded version, you have the standard version, you have, iron sights that are behind on an island compensator. It's like, okay, that's kind of a cool feature, right? You have the tall sights, you have the low sights, you have the ported slides, all the different nonsense that they have. Some of the cuts are different. But yeah, it's they felt terrible though. The frames felt incredibly cheap. The slides were incredibly rough. They felt like rock slides. Rack was not smooth or pleasant at all, and the triggers were awful. So again, like, this feels to me like a Stoger pistol, like those super cheap Turkish imports
Yeah.
for like, under 300. That's what this felt like. So I don't know if the dagger felt like that, but the AXR from PSA, at least the models they decided to bring to SHOT Show, which are the only models that we can go off of. So you can argue that, oh, well, the finished models would be better. It's like, but they gave us these to play around with. So going off of these feel terrible.
it's just a pig with lipstick on, in my opinion. That's all it is. Like, there's nothing about it that does anything great. In fact, it does a lot of things worse.
Preach, dude.
Uh,
You are 100% correct.
I think the only gun, which I think you're about to pull up.
Yep.
This is the only gun that is honestly probably maybe even slightly worth it at PSA. I think this was so. This one you can't see it, but where my thumb is, it's V comped. I think it's a V8 comp.
Mhm.
They said that one's going to be around the 1800 mark. I think the one that's more like just regular and not so done up is going to be around like the 15 mark. It is nice. The trigger felt good.
Mhm.
I can't be mad about the trigger, but you can't really fuck up a 1911 that much. It's been around for over 100
Well,
years.
that's the thing, right? So now that TSOS and Gerson are giving us 2011s that can run for sub-millennium pricing, right? Some way sub-millennium pricing, like absolutely 1,800 bucks.
It's too much.
So here's the thing too. Something that I will give them credit for on this one specifically is the trigger did feel good. The slide to frame fit did feel good, right? The safeties were a little stiff, but I'm sure you could work that out. No mimmed parts, so only high quality parts, which again, like, this is good. This is good stuff, right? However, I don't know if I even believe them on the pricing, because like it's ported. That is a aluminum grip. That is a aluminum checkered grip by, I forget who does the grip. It's like JDG or somebody, but that is like a $600-700 part by itself before we talk about the rest of it, right? So for me, all mimmed, very good fit, aluminum grip. Right now, the only gun on the market that's doing that is like the
Nighthawk, Sandhawk.
well, but the SIG GTO is also an aluminum grip. but
Oh,
that's 22, 23, 24, right?
And so people are
So
saying like, why would I take this over a Kimber 2K11? And that's the thing, you wouldn't. Like if you had half a brain, it's a no-brainer.
well, this is the interesting thing for me is if you're a 2011 guy, you're probably not a PSA guy.
Nope.
And if you're a PSA guy, you're probably not a 2011 guy. So I don't know if the average PSA audience member who's going to be interested in a PSA firearm is like, I really wish to spend 2K, sub 2K on a 2011. I just don't know if that's in the ballpark. People are bringing up the platypus as well. There are plenty of inexpensive 2011s out there. There's a lot of them, right? Alpha Foxtrot, Gerson, TSOS, Bursa, which Bursas actually feel really good. We played around with they all blur together. Okay, at this point they're all kind of blurring together. The platypus, of course. Kimbers are sub 2K, some well sub 2K. The prodigies are not good, right? We don't need to talk about those.
Atlas is doing up Springfield prodigies. I didn't even know they were messing with those.
Also, yes. So we did talk about the AXRs, which is that full lineup there. I don't know why we would buy an AXR, which is, again, to me, I don't know what your thoughts are on this, James, but to me, the frames felt bad, the slides felt bad, the triggers felt bad. So I don't know why I would also want to spend more money on the magazines, again, unless I'm already into the 320 ecosystem. But by the way, if I'm into the 320 ecosystem, the 320 feels infinitely better than these AXRs. So I don't know why. Why am I going from a 320 to an AXR unless we're like, oh, I'm no longer confident in my 320, so I have to switch. So I'm going to the cheapest gun out there. It's like it's like switching from Glock to a dagger. It's like why would we do that? Why would we go from like a Glock Gen 5 to a dagger? Why would we choose to do that?
This, like I said, I think last night, this is the AXR line, the handgun lineup at least, is for people with a poor mindset. Like it's going to cost more than the dagger, but you still get it because you're just a retard. It's okay. My bad. Sorry.
Subarctic Psycho. The Prodigy is great if you don't own one and have no desire to. True, dude. Yeah, that's most things in life too. I mean, as you said, I think it is lipstick on a pig because it's going to be the cheapest possible parts in a bunch of catchy configurations, right? So you're going to get a 4.5-inch ported slide and barrel combination with a 19 size grip with your 320 compact magazines and its optics cut. And it's just like, even if it works, it's all just like mediocre, right?
Well,
So
it's a Nissan Juke with a quote unquote pretty paint job. That's all it is. The paint job is really the only thing that really stands out about them. But how many more 50 Shades of FDE do you need? Like, I think none of those handguns were not tan. Did you realize? Did you see that?
Yeah, I think they were all tan. And to the point about them being rough prototypes, again, the only thing that we can judge is what they brought to show us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a bad trailer for a movie. It's like, well, that's what we were supposed to judge the movie off of. You showed us the trailer.
Yeah.
Like you made the trailer, I didn't, right?
I like that they brought that 50 cal, even though they can't like do anything with it right now.
Yeah, the big do not touch sign.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, let's was there anything else at PSA that we talked about?
Nothing interesting.
The boombox feels really good. I was
Okay, that's the only one I didn't touch. Was
the
boombox.
receiver feels awesome. Like
you guys talk about that.
Well, we're gonna
what's it
go
called?
to the
You guys do
PKM.
anything?
the mixtape.
No, we're good on me.
The mixtape receiver feels really good, and I'm honestly really excited to see how their like 6-arc receiver and mag pull mags work. Like, unironically, think it's gonna be pretty cool. PSA can make an AR.
Yeah. Well, why don't we change paces here? Okay, from the cheapest possible to sub 10K. All right. I was confirmed by I just forgot the name again. Aramco that this will be under 10,000. All right. It will be, all right. Hopefully nowhere near So, dude, he actually does look a lot like vintage in that photo. He's marine maxing right now, okay,
Yeah,
at
he's
home.
Bubba the Saw Gunner.
Yeah,
is
dude.
Coming out.
So the PKM M84, 19 pounds, 25-inch barrel, 7.62 by 5.4R, of course. With the bipod, they also showed off their new flow-through can, which is fully 3D printed titanium PIP technology. You're a big fan. Big love.
Yeah, dude, I love PIP. You should waste all your money on PIP.
You should totally foul up your suppressor and make it less suppressor than a suppressor was suppressing. Full auto. I don't know, dude. Whenever somebody says 3D printed titanium, full auto rated,
That yeah,
and
you
then
need
they
to immediately-
attach it to an MG, I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you
You
doing?
need to immediately question everything they just.
Well, because it's 7.62 by 54R in a in a ostensibly something that's supposed to be used at a higher rate of fire, okay, or a higher volume of fire.
Yeah, higher schedule for sure.
Yeah, and you're putting a 3D printed PIP titanium can on the end. Like,
Great success.
there's a lot of powder in 54R. Okay, there's a lot of powder. Okay, now,
Are we talking about that Zastava can?
yeah.
I would not put that thing on there, man.
No. If like I would either run it bare as is because it's already a pig, or get something dedicated for like a really really hard use. I don't like for an MG, for a long barreled MG. I don't know why you would go with like a really short fat Inconel can, right? Because I mean, flash suppression, sound suppression, like it. I don't know how. It's obviously it's not for a serious application, anyways. This is for collectors. Okay, this isn't no civilian is buying this to mount somewhere or to do point defense or something with this. This is purely for fun. But talking to Aranco, he is relatively confident that he can actually bring this to market. He is trying to keep the price down as much as possible. He has had to make some changes with the ATF, and then he's talking to the factory in Serbia. They have to make the changes to adapt to allow them to import. But he said he's never been denied an import. So sometimes it takes a couple months, sometimes it takes a little longer. So again, from the interview that I did with him today, which will be published tomorrow or the day after on the Gun.Deals channel. Actually, I don't even know if I can say that because it's the name of the channel, but it's also duels as a gateway to something else, which is funny. But yeah, so he's relatively confident that this will actually come to the market. So I mean, it's cool. I thought it felt cool to hold. It's iconic. It looks cool. It's been in movies. It's unobtainium here in the United States. It's what's one of these things allegedly transact for these days.
Like 80 to 120 is my understanding.
80 to 120. Yeah. So sub 10 for a modern production M84 for a new one. It looks old, but for a new one, right? So.
One that isn't clapped as fuck.
Or like a parts kit that you still have to get somebody to build for you.
Yeah. You can get surplus 148 grain for about 50C around. That's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. Let me see real fast. Actually, I probably have some better photos of it. But yeah, I mean, fit and finish. I'm not familiar with M84s. It's definitely not my forte in terms of firearms knowledge. But I thought it looked cool. It's classic AK. It was missing a few components, of course, because, I'm not allowed to import and all that stuff yet. But someday maybe we'll be here. See, this is just you guys can't see this, but this is Marine in his natural habitat right here.
You looked very fulfilled.
Yes.
It felt great to hold. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's
give me the MG. Point me towards the minorities.
It's Minority Mower 3000.
Minority Mower 3000. That's good.
Like it felt great to hold. I mean, it was balanced pretty well. I mean, it doesn't have anything. It doesn't have really any internals, but
well, the full thing will only be 19 pounds, so it's not like it's going to be insanely heavy. But no, it's cool to see a signature John smile. It only happens a couple times a year, but that's a PKM smile right there. Let me see if I can show off the suppressor just to trigger Tay-Tay's tism. No. Oh shoot! Don't do this. No. Oh gosh.
It's so over.
We might actually be zonked, dude. That would suck if it happened. Actually, let me just get this
Maybe
off
the
screen
AI
real
is
fast.
too stupid to recognize.
Yeah, I don't. We're over an hour in, so if it caught like 4 seconds, I would
Yeah.
kill myself. Just kidding, YouTube. I would never do that. That's a joke. PKM is second only to the MG42 in cool factor, but no, that's let me show that back again.
Something about the E60 as well.
That's the can on the end again. It's made to look like an AK can. It's hub compatible, 3D printed titanium. It's also technically what's the word that I'm looking for? It is accessible currently. So I mean there are ways to acquire objects, right? But not the MG, of course. Not the M84. Small John True, dude. Although Aranco's big. Like
He's a big
Aranco's
dude.
like
Every
6'2", 6'3".
every person you know in the gun industry is fucking massive for some
Yeah.
reason.
I feel bad because we were actually following James around
Oh,
the
James
show.
Reeves.
Yeah, James Reeves.
He's
We
a
ran
man.
him like 3
I only
times.
saw him twice.
We saw him like 3 times.
Well, we
and
went
he's
we
a-
went to every booth that he was at. We were there after.
Yeah. He's a man, though.
Who's taller, John or Mojo? Mojo has a couple inches on me. So, because I'm 5'2", and he's like 5'4". I mean, he's short, but I'm like mega short.
You know, I'm down to 5'3" now.
Lego hair, dude. Lego hair, dude. That's wild, dude. Dude. Somebody needs to pull up the hairpiece number and say, you know, this Siga's got number 42156 ass hair or something like that. All right. What else is next? So yeah, M84. Cool. PKM coming to the US. Maybe. All right.
I
Solid.
hope
Maybe.
so. I hope so
Uh,
because some dude's gonna buy it and then immediately sell it because he doesn't have any ammo for it. It's gonna hit the secondhand market like immediately. It's
Okay.
great.
Well, this
Oh,
you love that shot. Don't worry
that
about
was horrible. Please don't ever show anyone that image.
it. No. Well, okay. This is good. All right, guys. So yes, I put it in the thumbnail. We're still bearing the ambient story for a minute. The Beretta NARP in the house, not at the Beretta booth, but at the Beretta Defense booth. So this is the 5.56 version. Of course, it is billet and fully ambi, and this one has the forward assist. The Praetorian model does not. They're all modular, so the handguards, there's a lever that pulls off. They told us very specifically, do not take anything apart. They were adamant that we
Yeah,
not break it
yeah.
open or take off the handguards, which, you know, for reasons or whatnot. So we did not get to take a look inside or take off the handguard or anything else like that. We were not allowed to do that.
The Italian guy was so nice that we couldn't.
Well,
disobey.
yeah, we'll talk about the actual guy that did the interview with us in just a second. But no, so this is the 14.5 version. They also make it in 11.5. This won the contract for the GIGN, the Giggans, over in France for their counterterrorism units. Now, the GIGN rifle, the Praetorian model, is in 6.5 Grendel, which is neat. Now, I asked our Ricardo, our special forces guy, his opinion, 5.56 or 6.5 Grendel, and he immediately said 5.56. Like he's like, I don't know. For what I did, 5.56 was the thing. All right, it's 6.5 Grendel's more of a mid-range DMR precision roll, but he was adamant that 5.56 was better. Now 5.56, 6.5 Grendel. I asked about 300 Blackout, and they said possibly for specific people, but as of right now, it's only in those two calibers, which is kind of odd. You know, maybe
Well,
France just loves 6.5 Grendel for some reason.
France does like 6.5 Grendel.
Well, it was
because-
like an 18 or 20 inch, right? Like it was a DMR looking thing.
well, they also had
or am I making that up?
the.
I'm actually not sure. I remember reading the article about it, but I don't remember if what
There's
exactly.
another rifle they had that was in 6.5 Grendel, and it looked hilarious because it had an AK mag sticking out of like an AR.
Yeah, the Curvy Boy mags.
I
yes.
can't remember what it was for the life of me.
Oh,
But they
where-
have a weird fascination with 6.5 Grendel, specifically the Gigan, and I think they said it's for plane clearing and stuff.
The French are like up to something devious.
Yeah, the French are wacky. Well, let me show you a couple little pictures real fast. So, I mean, you can see that it does have adjustable gas block. It is 2 positions, short stroke piston. This one here is a pretty lightweight profile barrel, Surefire 4-prong on the front with the Steiner. I forget the name of that one. Very interesting lock. Here's a better picture of the lockup and everything on it. So that is the forward assist. That is removable. So on the Praetorian version, no forward assist. Interesting bolt design, carrier design, I should say. Handguard has a lever that you push down the tab, pull the handguard slides out. The barrel is also semi-quick change. It has one tool, pull the barrel out, put a new barrel in, new handguard length, whatever. You also in the back, obviously the recoil system is captured within the upper receiver, so the buffer tube is there, but there's nothing inside of it. So for some people, they wanted a buffer tube so that they could use AR stocks, not AR triggers, which we'll get to, but AR grips. And some people can have a folding stock, and in his opinion, the 11.5 with a folding stock is kind of like the one to go with. The trigger, did you feel the trigger?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, the trigger is a very nice Geisley-esque 2-stage trigger, 3.5, 4 pounds, good first stage, clean break, short reset, all that sort of fun stuff. So it also felt significantly lighter than what I was expecting. Anytime I get one of these, 14.5 piston modular rifles, I'm like, oh, thank you for my 9-pound brick that you just handed me. This is a pretty lightweight barrel, and I think that's where they're shaving a lot of the weight, and the piston operating system in the gas block looks relatively svelte.
Yeah.
So
It looks exactly like the 416.
if I had to guess, though, this is about 7.5 pounds naked, which is like not horrifying. Maybe 7 pounds naked,
Is that
somewhere
a
in there.
Midwest Industries logo on the handguard?
That's M-Lock.
Yeah, it's just the M-Lock.
Oh, never
The
mind.
M-Lock logo on there. So, I mean, some obviously there's a lot of proprietary stuff. So no AR-15. Also, no. The reason why this was at the defense booth, I should mention, is that this is not coming to the civilian market. As of right now, there are no plans to bring it to the civilian market. They are focusing on military, foreign militaries. I don't know, not the American military, but at some point.
God, thank you for my 600-pound wife.
What is that in response to?
You talking about Lawrence DeMonico's friend?
No, I
No,
had to send John
I
Checkles.
I had turned to his name is Ricardo, I believe. I was like, hey, are you there's a lot of interest generated around this rifle here in America. Are you ever gonna bring it? And he just looked at me and said, we have no plans right now. And
Yeah.
I was like, that makes sense.
They're chasing contracts and
Yeah.
having to deal with the ATF and imports is kind of lame. And it's also like, this is not a cheap rifle, not at all,
This
dude.
has got to be like
You're going to
318.
import this, and the only thing in its competition bracket is going to be an HK 416.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like even an MCX is what, 26, 27. It's like, so this is going to be more than that. This is going to be 35. So like 14 HK bros might be really excited about this. I think it's cool, and I liked the way that it felt. I like the weight of it, the balance, what I thought was fine. All these kind of like, what's the word? Incidentals, I suppose. Fully ambi, of course, we already mentioned that, but very nice though.
It felt great.
We had Riccardo, our special forces Italian man.
Our Mr.
Scary-
Espresso,
Yeah, Mr. Espresso. Dude, that's actually really funny. We should just call him
Mr.
Mr. Espresso.
He was cool. I liked
This
him.
like made the trip worth it.
Oh yeah.
Everything else has been kind of mid.
This guy right here, okay,
Shot
1,000-yard
so
stare,
nice.
Mr. Ricardo, Italian SF man, the thickest Italian accent of all time. Okay, he gets done with the interview. We talk for a few minutes, and then he offers us an espresso. This man goes to the back room and comes out with coffee that he made for us, which I thought was incredibly nice. So very, very nice of him for the cool, spooky man to one, give us an interview, but then to also make us coffee. And it looks like I'm taller than him in this angle. I am not taller than
You
him.
were a hair taller than him.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I was standing next to him and he comes up to my shoulders.
Hmm.
Like this guy is incredibly nice. He didn't have to do literally anything for us because there was a lot of people and there was a lot of Japanese people that were talking to the Benelli guy for the Japanese police. I had stepped out and there were people that were pointing at you two like, hey,
Yeah.
It was a little obvious we were probably not supposed to.
Well,
be
so
Well,
we
there's
force our way into a booth, a tight defense booth, I should mention,
yeah.
full of people with funny accents. Okay, British, UK, Asian people that are there for like legitimate defense purposes,
Yeah.
and 3 retards walk in. Okay. And like nobody's talking to us at all. We just kind of like force our way into the back because we see this thing on the wall.
Just like
We
slowjacking
start
it.
taking photos
Yeah.
and I pick it up. I just grab it off the wall, and somebody comes up and is like, "Do not take that apart. Do not do that."
Which is fair.
Which
That's completely fair.
it's very fair. So they allowed us in there to take photos and all that, and then I asked for interview, and then he points to the tatted up gentleman that you see here, and it's like, "Oh, he can do it." And Ricardo comes in, gives us a great interview. That'll be up. You'll have to deal with a very thick Italian accent. So if you don't like non-white people, I mean, it's going to be a really rough video for you, but you should still check it out. So yeah, it was very nice. He was a great interview. Very generous, very nice man, and gave us coffee, which was also super.
We're probably some of the only people that have actually held that rifle, which is kind of crazy because like it is a very interesting rifle in my opinion that I think should probably get imported because I really liked how it felt, and I was a little sad that we're not going to get it.
You know, maybe at some point in the future that can happen, but as
10
long as
years.
it's winning contracts, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
fine.
contract chaser.
Oh, and what were you guys talking about at the end? Because you were saying something about like Vegas, because he's only been to the U.S. like a couple times. Please
because
don't.
He was talking about how he was like feeling a little sick, and I was like, dude, please don't judge America off of Vegas. And he's like, I don't. I said, thank you, because like so many people talk shit on America and they only visit like L.A., New York City, Houston, or Vegas. I'm like, well, no shit.
Yeah,
you went to the shitholes.
Yeah, I mean
We don't even
that is America to most of these people. It's like it's California and New York, you know, or like Vegas or
Hold
some of
on,
these
would
places.
Chinese reps even be allowed and shot? Dude, I'm gonna one up you, man. When we were talking to Lucas Botkin, I saw like 5 Chinese guys come out of the defense side of Mepro Light, and it's like, dude, you're coming to America to get optics for your Chinese army from a Jew company. Like,
True.
just go to
You
Israel,
scroll up a
bro.
little bit.
Juke nuke.
Someone says something funny on yeah, Zero Fire. I don't know what kind of math you're doing, and I'm never gonna beat the SIGA allegations with this one, but the SIG is unironically a hilariously high featured 2011 for the price of
So you keep in mind that what does Staccato charge for their XC? The
The
comp
XT
one
is
is 30.
40-foe. The
Is
XT
it 40?
40-foe.
It's
It's
faux.
44.
Okay, so keep in mind. So
That's the old pricing. They went up 10%
So-
this year.
so 211, the 211 GTO is like 22, 23, 24, somewhere in that range, right?
Yeah.
It is comped with a metal grip, a
Aluminum.
Yeah, it's a full
aluminum grip, which is expensive. That is a expensive feature. So in comparison to similar options, like let's take a comped aluminum gripped Staccato, it's almost cut in half.
They're not even that's what's awesome.
Oh, are
about the
they still
211. Yeah,
still polymer?
The XC still has a full polymer lower. That's
Okay, so
why the 211.
my bad. So yeah, it's
A good value.
in terms of features, it's actually rather high. I've heard good things about it. Again, me personally, ethically, I don't want to give 2.5K.
Has
to
Benny
SIG,
put a video
right?
out on it?
Has who?
Benny Boy.
I think Ben's shot it, but he has not bought one for similar reasons. I mean, I've heard good things, and I've heard that it's hilarious. Okay, so they make the frame out of metal, and then they make the shock stop thing out of plastic, so it just breaks. And it's like, really, like you didn't that one part that makes the gun run, you didn't want to make that like nice. So it's not a perfect gun by any means, and it certainly has its issues, but it's like compared like for like, it is a very high featured 2011 style firearm. So
Yeah, they literally got it like 98% of the way to being perfect.
yeah.
And they're
Well,
like,
it's like
what if we made it
even the new PX4 from Staccato, which is the comped 4-inch 19 size, is 35 start, 37 for preferred, 39 for everything.
Wow.
So
I think the cheapest P's after the price hike are like 27.50.
Yeah.
I think.
It's 25.
And the-
I've seen
For
it.
the base P.
Yeah.
So I
The
mean,
base
like,
fee was 25.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. The Staccatos are not that exciting. So like, I don't have to defend Staccato or SIG. I can just say that they're both not exciting for
Somebody
me.
said 4,500. I'm getting a Nighthawk. You don't even want a Nighthawk, I promise.
Yeah,
you.
Nighthawk is not what it was.
The
10 years ago,
Sandhawk is
buddy.
not that good. It really isn't. It's
Dude, you're gonna start fights in the comment
well,
sections of that, dude.
one, it's overpriced. 2, it's custom, yet it feels loose as hell.
Well, they don't do the one gunsmith thing anymore. Like, it's not.
Yeah. Okay, but maybe I'm retarded. Well, who cares? Like, okay, so one gunsmith sounds really nice on paper until you realize that what if somebody's better at something
You
than
just
someone else?
anger like every boomer at SHOT
I mean,
Show.
I may agree with you, but that was like how they justify it.
No, I know, but like,
our price.
but it's like a car. It's like, well, I don't want the guy who's really good at engines and transmissions working on my suspension. Like, can you actually not have the same guy do everything, please? It's like okay, listen, like I know guys who work in body work, okay, and they're fantastic at artwork, okay. that they do. I don't want that guy doing I don't want that guy being my mechanic and vice versa. I'm not going to grab my mechanic and be like, please do my body work now. So it's like, I don't care that one retard assembled a PSA rifle. Like it's a meaningless number, right? I'd rather have 2 competent people than 1 retard.
I honestly assumed it meant like one dude did the final assembly and tuning, but that could just be like my headcanon.
Well, it's like, but that's the thing. Do I want the 75-year-old boomer who's really good at frame to slide fit, with the crazy filing and all the other work that they have to do? Do I want him to be the guy testing it and doing all the function checks? Probably not. I want somebody like me doing the function test, right? I want somebody who's going to grip that thing, as they say.
I mean, it's supposed to be, like one machinist hand fitting everything, but then you get your hands on it and it's like super loose for what you get.
Oh, actually, no. I gotta find the soy jack.
Dude.
Oh,
I gotta find the soy jack.
soy jack.
Yeah,
Dude,
give me
yeah.
1 second. I gotta pull up the soy jack for the Chiappa.
This is the worst photo of me I think I've ever seen. This is horrific.
Oh,
Oh my god!
yeah, let's go. Let's go,
No,
dude. Perfect.
no.
All right.
This
Dude,
is
Chiappa.
horrific.
This is great. This
Oh,
is great. I never saw it.
This is
This
good.
is so
This
bad.
is good. So we are at the Chiappa booth for their rhinos, and guys, I have to apologize to Tay because I was a certified doubter, a certified hater of this skyscraper 44 fag revolver, but it's actually really good. Like the
It
triggers
feels-
actually
Yeah.
like surprisingly smooth. The action is nice. The single action is downright good. I mean, the sights are nice. It's a full pick, so you can put on whatever the heck you want. Height over bore is a bit of a bitch, but
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
but yeah, man, it's like actually pretty nice. It's actually pretty nice. It's the Rhino, right?
Yeah.
Yep, the
Rhino in
Brand
44.
new.
Let me get
smack a EOTech on top of that thing.
please the new HD, blow it up.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, honestly, it felt great. The gas pedals on it were a surprising quality of life change. That felt really good too. The trigger is phenomenal. It's just, yeah, it's literally got a skyscraper on top of the barrel. So
Yeah.
whatever you're shooting at, just aim, I guess, a little higher.
And like I
Well, it depends where you zero. So if you zero at 25 yards, gotta remember until you hit 25 yards, you have like this. So as you move up, right, the distance gets smaller and smaller until it meets at 25 yards. And at 25 yards, POA is the same.
just
So,
remember when you're pointing it right there, like go a little back.
I'm seeing mixed results in the comments. Somebody says it's ugly, it's hot, literally right next to each other.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, the trigger is rather nice.
Mhm.
It's 6 rounds of 44 mag, so I'm not sure what else you really want out of a revolver. Single action was good. The
weight felt great.
the weight felt nice. It's surprisingly not as heavy as I thought it would be for that much steel.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
the grip. I prefer like grippier things.
There you go.
But a little bit of vein texture on there. But the rubber grips are okay, but maybe that's just a revolver thing because I'm thinking about like follow-up shots and doubles and nonsense. But
no,
I
you
don't.
want that.
You want the rubber?
Yeah,
Or-
it takes
okay.
the shock out.
I got you. Yeah, well, right, because there is no recoil mitigation system in
Just
here.
put a stock on it, man.
And
Yeah.
I will say, like, I bought the initial 357 Rhino I got, like, just because I thought it was cool, and found out that it's actually like a phenomenal gun. And then
What is the
what's up?
acquisition number?
1400.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
For a
14.
44 mag, that's like pretty solid. It's a solid 1400.
I mean, that's a lot of machining, right
Yeah.
there. That is a lot of machining time. But no, they have a bunch of different colors. They have black, gray,
Gold.
rainbow, and gold that you see
Yeah.
here. That's what they had out. So I don't know if there's a price delta between the different models, but like actually the controls felt really nice, surprisingly. So I will say that I was wrong. I was a doubter, and here I
The question is,
am.
would you buy this?
Let me put it back real fast.
Would you buy that? I think
I would love to shoot it, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
For me, like I don't have infinite money. I have to budget. I don't think I can drop 14 on a 44 Magnum because
Well, do I have good news for you?
I would not shoot it all that much. That's the problem, right? So like I dropped that much on a Shadow 2, but I've already shot close to 10K out of that thing, and I use it almost every week, right? Whereas this 14 for something that sits in the safe except for special occasions. Like for me, that's too much, right? Because my money has to be doing stuff, and if it's just sitting, I don't like that. So I don't have any guns that just sit that are expensive. Nothing. If I don't shoot it, I don't own it. So
Thinking about revolvers, did any of you get to play with that Beretta / Manhurin 357 Magnum that they had?
Yeah, it's an MR73.
Did you play with it?
Yeah, that's like
It sucked.
yeah, the new production one's
The black, like the black's finish on it was already flaking in some spots, and I was like, "Wow, this is like a $5,000 revolver."
it's like a
5K
chick
revolver
with a
that's-
it's like a chick with a completely fugly face but a hot body. What part is the face and what part is the body?
I have no clue. Next.
Go on with your story.
Oh, that was it. It was just, yeah. It's the GIGN revolver. It's not the in my
Korth?
opinion.
No, it's the
No,
Manhurin
Korth is German.
MR73.
It's the Manhurin 357. But the thing is, it's like a slightly less barrel length one. It's not the cool one. So I was like, why would you spend 5K on this? And it's like, it's got like a black blued finish. It's not that great. They were unveiling a new shot.
These are all so bad.
This is good. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
where's
Is
the
there
funny
another
face?
one?
Yeah, there's one that's
Oh.
just me, and it's like
Oh, look at that.
that
There
one.
it is.
That
There-
one's good.
That's the thumb.
That's
That's the thumb. Well, actually, I don't know, dude. I want to use both of them. I'll probably just put one up on the Instagram.
That's the money shot.
That's
baby.
the
That's the
Shot
Instagram
there.
one, in my opinion. Actually, no, they're both Instagram ones.
No, I'll do the Instagram one and I'll tag both of you because I'll be like, thanks for
Okay.
SHOT Show, homies.
Yeah.
I'll post that like tomorrow or Saturday. But
These
this
are-
one for the thumbnail
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
closer. So yeah, this is good. This is good.
What
Hellboy
else-
Agun.
What else was there?
Well, shoot. You know,
We're
we-
far enough in.
we had some bangers, dude. Is that it? Oh, we literally just talked to Steven after this. So
Yeah,
maybe we'll talk about contract. I don't know if you guys want to speculate on what contract it was for, but that's about it. We talked to Matt Damon. Primarily. Oh, actually, I kind of want to tell his story, but it's probably better if he tells it.
This is like Disco Elysium, Matt Damon. I just realized
It
that.
really
This
is.
great.
So I
Or
can't
at
I
least-
can't believe how bad of a cameraman you are, dude. So okay, I'm gonna talk to you like I talked to my wife back when she did camera work for me. You see all that wasted space that has nothing to do with what we're talking about? That's bad.
Dude, my shoulders are killing me, man.
Yeah.
I'm
And
sorry.
I honestly
My
I
shoulders
honestly
are
can't
killing
complain
me.
with all the help that you guys
We're
are
also
giving me.
waiting like an hour.
We were
to
there
talk to
for
this
an
guy.
hour.
That-
Yes.
that
So, like-
fucking chink in front of us, dude.
So
he was talking about a bunch of nothing. Like he
no,
has-
no. They were friends. They hugged. That'd be nice. Okay, Steven gave us time, and
No,
he had a
Steven's
rough
great.
day.
I love
Yeah.
Steven. He
But
knows
don't
what
you
we're
don't be
talking
mean to
about.
his friends. Come on.
All right, fine.
All right. So anyway, so like if we're gonna block
Oh.
this off, right? So like you don't need my shoulder in there, but like the frame should be like here, a little bit above the head, and then a
Yeah.
little bit more, right? If you do a little bit of an angle,
Well,
that's
I
fine
was
too.
going-
But
I was
like
going,
just
past-
panning up to the other stuff behind.
No,
Like
no,
nobody cares
literally.
about any of that. No, that's all nonsense, right? We're talking about the optic. Now it's fine. I'll cover it all with B-roll. I don't care.
Bryce saying, "LOL, Arrow can't even keep shit in stock." Arrow wasn't even there.
Okay, so actually, I forgot we have ambient. Yes, we are going to talk about ambient. So,
Yeah.
anyways, 1.5 to 12, price tag similar to the PLXC RDB. It is technically part of the PLXC lineup. It is using the same architecture behind the bezel, a little bit higher magnification, obviously, 1.5 to 12. Glass is really good, and it's also for a specific contract for spooky people that he couldn't tell us about, so I can't even tell you about. So, bummer, dude. But I hope they win, or hope that they do well. What else was we gonna talk about? I just lost it.
And,
I just-
and then Arrow Precision.
Oh, dude, do I mog Steven? I do mog Steven a little bit. See, you guys think I'm mega short. I'm only mostly
See, that's why
short.
the camera was like that, man.
Yes,
So that you could
yes.
I could capture the height that you are
True.
in fact taller than Steve.
So Steven's got to be what, 5'3"? Steven's 5'3".
No, he's 4'11".
1.5 to 12. Sean, 1.5 to 12.
Yeah.
So it's the same architecture. So it's still 8x, but it starts at 1.5. So we get up to 12 while having a really decent 1.5x. The glass is good enough and the bezel disappears to kind of trick you into thinking that it's at 1x, but it's not. So it's an interesting setup, and it's about 19 ounces.
Wasn't the body also pretty thin too? Like it wasn't that.
It's a 30 millimeter main tube. Again, it is a PLXC for the most part. With the enlarged objective, it's a 36 mil objective rather than a 24. So it still gives you a 3 millimeter exit pupil, which is not bad. And it was relatively forgiving. Similar price tag, so not terrible. So yeah, I mean, I like it. Will I personally pick one up as a SPR DMR scope? I won't. I won't. But for people in that price category, it's another option.
Didn't he say it was like 1900?
Yeah, it's similar price tag to the other RDB. So,
Oh, is it really?
yeah.
Oh,
That's the same price. It's a tiny bit more expensive. It's within 10%.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, because when I think primary arms optics, I kind of think cheap.
Well, you think that, right? But the Japanese glass on here is really
it was
good,
pretty good,
really
yeah.
good. The HTX is made in America, so Primary Arms is their bread and butter is budget stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
Their budget red dots, their budget micro prisms, their budget LPVOs do really good job for the money, right? But breaking into the higher end stuff, going after contracts, and whatever this is for, good luck.
Apparently, Triple Trash says they have it bundled with a mount and that the HTX for 2,700. Like that's.
Oh, sorry, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Also, somebody asked earlier about the 2.5 to 20. The 2.5 to 20 behind Steven's head, right there, that you can see, is coming back. They had to make a couple little tweaks and changes, and so I believe they said end of Q1, beginning of Q2 this year. It should all be out and about. So yeah. Sean says everything is between 15 and 20. Yes, we actually stopped by the Vector booth just for the heck of it. I looked at their 2 to 12, which is only like $549. Also looks really good.
Was that the German?
It's the German Continental one. So that 2 to 12 also looked really good.
Yeah.
So, and that was only $550. So we did go by there specifically. I hadn't seen their 2 to 12 in person. They were there, in the downstairs in the ghetto, of course. But
dude, that is the Wild West.
Yeah,
that's where they stick all the roaches and
the individuals of Oriental descent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if those would be considered like insect-wise, the bugs, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I will say,
What type of insect are you, bro?
I will say, budget glass is getting better every year. It seems. I don't know what Chinese slavery factories they have, but they're getting pretty good nowadays. The Continental stuff is so good.
Well, once they installed the suicide nets, like productivity went way up, dude. Once they realized that there was truly no way out and they had to be chained to the desk forever,
Yeah.
it's like, started putting in real work. Okay, that Chinese work ethic is no joke, dude.
We stopped by Athlon next to Victor and.
Well, we can't talk about that yet. Don't talk about that. Well, because there's going to be news.
Oh,
on
I
that.
wasn't going to talk about
okay.
the B stuff. I was going to talk about the Athlon. The Athlon, you saw the Athlon scope. It was pretty clean.
No, Athlon, like that's another 2 to 12. The Helos BTR Gen 2 2 to 12. It's a 34 millimeter main tube, first focal plane, about 450, right?
Yeah.
So that's another really good
And
option in that budget range.
Their Airy series is always on
Yes,
like heavy discounts.
Well,
on the regular side.
some of their top end stuff is like usually 1,900 on sale, 699. It's like okay,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough. The most interesting booth was Beretta, though. The Beretta Defense.
that
That was
BDT
nice to actually talk to people who helped develop the rifle, who had spooky positions, who did cool things with a basically unobtainium object that we're never going to get, but it's cool. Okay. So
Yeah.
that was something you're only ever going to see at SHOT Show, which makes that cool. Everything else I can see in the wild anywhere else. That guy, that rifle, only at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
So,
Common to Beretta W. So
Yeah.
for chat.
yeah. So everything else is like a product, right? But that was an experience because you're never going to see that again.
Mhm.
So that's cool. Yeah, let's see. Well, speaking of experiences,
Oh, boy.
I think it is time to address the elephant in the thumbnail, which is going to be the new ambient arms suppressors, which have been It is ambient, right? I'm saying that right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, so it is. Oh, that's the wrong
Background
one.
noise
Shoot.
suppressor.
Background noise suppressor. BGS.
ENS. Imagine Sam Hyde and Charles at SHOT Show. They wouldn't care. Sam Hyde and Charles would not care. They
No.
wouldn't even show up. Like that would be their gimmick.
Well, that would be funny though,
Yeah,
right?
that would be funny. Like imagine they had a super guest appearance and it's like they just don't show up. That would be the kicker.
Okay, so ambient arms suppressors. All right, so they had the full titanium deal there. They had the full Inconel deal there. These are 3D printed suppressors, and I'm going to give my opinions on it first because this is my show. But then I wanted Taylor to go through some of his stronger and more informed thoughts and opinions because, there's a relative amount of snake oil going here. So I talked to them today after Taylor had an ordeal, and I don't know anything about these. All right, so I just talked to one of their guys. From what I've seen on the outside looking in. So it's 3D printed. It has a bunch of different vents. There are a vent in the back, which draws in ambient air, hence the name. It has the slits in the middle, which pull in air Uno reverse style. And then it has vents here, which also drag air, I imagine, from the back forward through an outer sleeve that is not... Like there's no air transfer between the outside of the suppressor and the inside of the suppressor. That end part, which is the cool part, drags air through all of these really thin, dense fins, like you would see on what it looks to me is like almost like a cheap air cooler on like a PC, because you have all these fins. They're a little coarse, but they're still close together. There's still a big amount of surface area. So it's pulling air through there because, of course, the low pressure up front. So it's pulling air over to the suppressor through these holes, and it's cooling down just that end cap. Now, their claims were like insane. So they're saying that the entire suppressor overall is 50% cooler than a standard flow through high back pressure can. So they were saying after a 30 round mag dump, the back of the can would be like 160 at the hottest, and then like 70 or like 105, 115 at the end. That was the numbers I was quoted today. So, and then where they would say a normal suppressor would be about 400 degrees. Now, again, these were relatively heavy cans, also very expensive cans. They're, 14, I think starting price is about 14. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of extra material here, and I simply don't know where the air go. It's like, in video games, where the bolt go, right? For the rifle, when you look at it, where the air go? Because the air does not interact with the internal air at any point in time. So what's happening here is I think so.
That's not what he told me. So
okay, but well, you can explain more detail in a second. So if the air from the outside is not actually getting sucked into the inside, you're not increasing your internal diameter, you're reducing your internal volume, right? Which is kind of how suppressor do thing. So internal volume kind of important. So you're sacrificing a lot of internal volume for just airflow over it and through the outer sleeve, right? As far as I'm aware. So I'm like, you lost a lot, because especially at the end, it's very noticeable at the end where you lose probably 3/4 of an inch in total, where that sleeve and fins are on the outside. That is not in any way, shape, or form connected to your internal volume. So that is just like as if somebody squished in the top of your can and reduced your. That's how I see it. So now, somebody who might know a little bit more, why don't you give your
before you start going off on this. Do we know when this is supposed to release? Have they announced anything about the release date on this? Because like the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to get cut in half. I already know it.
I mean, they're on Silencer Shop.
Battle Rifles. Also, nice to meet you, Battle Rifles. Really appreciate it, man. I have your shirt on the bed over there, and I will be wearing that at some point in the future. Very nice to meet you, sir. Hope you're having a good week.
So they're already available?
He says that it's called Cope Science.
That's true. So they're already available?
I've seen customers, like, I get notifications when my customers buy shit that I have to form for them, and like people, I've seen 2 or 3 come in. I haven't seen them show up yet. I back ordered.
Okay, so they're at least pre-ordered.
They've at least been paid for.
Mhm.
The shop's paid for 2. Customers have paid for 2 or 3.
All right, so that's my like critical opinion as somebody who knows nothing. But what about a more informed opinion? What are you seeing when you look at this?
So, a couple of things, just 2 caveats. One, thank you very much to the guys at Compulsive Gun Buyer. They kind of brought this to my attention, and they're really cool dudes. So I hope I did right by them. I said that a couple times, and they kind of were like, "Eh." So I don't know how that went.
Okay, well, maybe a little bit of story background. So they did a video. As far if correct me if I'm wrong, they did a video on ambient arms, but James is very cautious, and he's very he wants to make sure he gets all of the technical information correct, which is very good. He's the host on Redoubt, and I'm the co-host or something like that. And we have, he's on the podcast. He's here. We hung out at his house last night. It was fantastic. Great party. Up way too late. Great dude. He took you down there specifically to get more technical information because you are an actual engineer. You have the degree to prove it. You have the job to prove it. You kind of know what you're doing and work professionally in the industry doing these things. So people can make jokes about Tay-Tay all they want, but he's the real dude doing the real things. So how did that go?
Very poorly. I walk up, I'm touching it, I'm looking at it, I'm like, hey, it's really cool. I just kind of want to know a little bit more about it. Gun Buyer is like, hey, we didn't really like the video we shot, and to my knowledge, it still hasn't been uploaded or even edited. He's like, hey, we just kind of wanted to fill in some gaps in the original video. Guy's immediately hostile, which is weird. If I designed the next freaking Gen 6 fighter jet, I'd be fucking all about it, And I'm like, hey, so Venturi, right? You got 2 principles governing this. You got Venturi and Bernoulli. That's your relationship between velocity and mass, and then pressure and volume, and your relationship between velocity and pressure. So 10-second science, something going real fast is going to generate a low pressure zone behind it. And that's the principle that they're using, to my understanding, keyword there, to introduce ambient air into the blast chamber of the suppressor. And so that's why I made that comment earlier, is because I asked him straight up, I'm like, hey, so it's a Venturi device, you're dragging ambient air into the blast chamber. That's really cool. Why? Can you explain this a little more? You're just trying to ask questions like every other fucking SHOT Show booth. And he looks at me, he goes, well, that's a bad question. That's a wrong question. And I'm like, well, can you explain that to me? And he goes, well, you're just wrong. And I'm like, okay, can you tell me what the fuck you're talking about? And he goes, well, we have this system, and it introduces ambient air into the blast chamber. And that's what it does. I'm like, cool. Can you explain to me the mechanism and why you want to do that? Like how and all this, just normal questions. No, that's a bad question too. Okay, fine. So whatever. And then, Gun Buyer asks a couple more questions, and I pipe back in. I'm like, hey, my understanding as a complete moron is that first round pop is the suppressor evacuating itself of oxygen and air, because combustion is, it's an oxygen driven reaction. So how is it that if you have a suppressor that constantly refreshes itself with ambient air and oxygen?
Sorry, I'm just pointing at him for donating.
How is that going to lead to any kind of good performance if you're constantly having these giant, cannonballs basically going off? He's like, well, that's not true either. I'm like, okay, awesome. Can you care to explain? He consistently stonewalled me. He consistently just refused to answer any questions and got outwardly hostile over and over again. And then, he finally asks me the question, and I'm like, hey, dude, so yeah, literally.
So yeah, Evil Burger says all round pop, and then, dude, that's actually a good follow-up. Crack the Zero says it can't have first round pop if every round pops. So explain how that happened. Go over that again, just so I'm understanding this. So the claim is that those rearward ports are dragging ambient air directly into the blast chamber, which means that, you know, a first round pop, the room temperature air can evacuate, and then subsequent rounds don't have that. But if you're constantly refilling the can with air permanently, are you just constantly at that first round pop level? Is that what you're
Exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was asking, and I got a very like rude answer. I don't know. It was entirely strange, and then I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, I actually do this. That's why I'm asking these questions. I think it's cool. And then he immediately starts accusing me of industrial espionage, which is really weird. I'm like, dude, first off, the second somebody fucking buys this, they're going to take it to an x-ray technician or a fucking bandsaw.
Yeah.
And magically, your technology is not
Give me 10
proprietary
minutes,
anymore.
sir, and
Right.
and a shitty phone camera, and I will get it done. All right.
It's not refilling the can. Not possible. Okay, so I have some people in here saying some things.
Well, so
The-
too many
the
choices
answer is
said
yes. Yeah, like, what are you talking
it's
about?
it's not refilling the can. So, but how does it work then, right? Because if you are taking outside air into the blast chamber, or what I was thinking is if it's just an outer sleeve that's causing like high intensity air pressure over cooling fins, essentially, again like a computer fan. Okay, it's cooling the suppressor. The trade-off is internal volume and weight and cost, right?
Right. And that's the other part of this too, is I was like, all right, cool. So because I went off the assumption that it was pulling air into the suppressor, which is how he explained it. But if you look at it from the other way, it's like, okay, cool. You have this forced air system where it's basically just a giant fucking heat sink on the outside of the can. That might honestly be a more interesting concept than this. And like, there's labs in engineering where you basically just fucking heat it up, and you're passing a fan across it. You do all the math for all the fins, all this other bullshit. It's really bad. Air is an excellent insulator. It's not necessarily great at cooling unless, the thing you're trying to cool is just hilariously hot. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. It's an interesting idea, but it poses a lot more questions than it answers, especially when the guy you're asking the questions doesn't want to ask any questions back or answer anything you're saying. And then it's just like
Well, so to answer this guy's question
Okay.
real fast, so I think that he's saying that he thinks it is just the pulling air through an outer sleeve that causes, increased airflow over a large surface area, being the fins, right? Because the tiny little fins do increase your surface area, so it gives you a huge amount of area to pull the ambient air over. If it's not actually pulling air into the blast chamber, but you're saying that that's what that guy told you.
So too many choices. This was my like finishing thesis with this whole fucking thing. Notice in every single video where they grab it in front of those vents at the front.
Yeah.
It is not attached anywhere that I can tell except for some very small radial fins.
Yeah.
I think that the front part is a sleeve. The back part, for some reason, introduces air back into the system in a Venturi vacuum, essentially. Why? Don't know. This is just like the fucking Rhino. It's just like the fucking Tisha. This is the third one. I'm 1 for 3 right now. I was proven correct on the Rhino that magically this random company didn't break fucking mathematics and discover a way to make all the numbers really good.
Well, so let me tell you some of the other claims that I got, because I asked a bunch of questions because I went there several hours later. I talked to a different person. I was really nice, and I was like, "Oh, so how does this work? Does it work like this? Does it pull air here? Where does the air go? Where did air go?" Right? And I essentially got, "Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know. I don't know." And then Arrow, you said that people started to look at me funny because I was asking too many questions.
I was about to say slurs. Yeah, so John's talking to the head marketer, who is a Brovet guy with shitty tattoos, and then there's another Brovet guy with shitty tattoos behind him who looks like he's an engineering guy next to some old fuck who reminds me of the Colonel from T-Rex Arms. Now, that guy with the tattoos was glancing at John Focus right here, pretty mean. Like and John wasn't even asking hard questions. He was just asking normal, like, "Hey, I do know suppressors, but I don't know suppressors." Like,
I mean, I don't know any engineering at all, but I'm just asking, like, how does this mechanically work, right? I see airflow over a cooling fin surface, and I'm like, okay, like, how does that increase? Like, because I ask, like, if this is just a sleeve, especially at the end where it is objectively just a sleeve,
dude,
the end is just a sleeve.
I don't know.
And I get that it might cool, but my question is, well, we're reducing our internal volume, so what's the trade-off? his claim was that the DBs are in the 130s, and then he claimed that it was 10
decibels
better
quieter
than
Huxworks.
10. Yes, so he claimed 10 dBs higher than or lower than Huxworks.
Yeah.
Now, you could say that as a marketer and not be lying, because you're like, oh, well, actually at the, at a 45-degree angle, 10 feet to the left, it actually is 10 decibels
Yeah,
quieter.
raw DB numbers mean fuck all.
Yeah.
Fun fact, it's comparative only.
Has Jay from Jew Science posted?
He allegedly has one, but he's also the one that claimed that the fucking Tisha has like a 40 dB reduction on.
Well, that's why I don't trust him,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like he's kind of a.
So what's the deal with Pew Science again? He takes paid reviews and lies.
This is alleged, yes.
Allegedly
it's
takes paid
nothing-
reviews and lies.
No, like there's no hard proof of it, but like when didn't he post?
Okay, well, yeah, go. Sorry,
Go,
go ahead.
go ahead. Actually, he knows more because he dwells in those NFA subreddits like a creature. I don't.
Well, so my question is, if it is just a sleeve, as some of the people are saying, where it just pulls air through the tube to cool it off, okay, that's all that it does. How with a reduced, because that would make it a much smaller can, right? In terms of the internal diameter.
The baffle diameter on this thing is tiny.
How do you magically reduce your internal volume by 20% and get a quieter can?
And that's kind of my tying thesis is, if any of the points are true, all of the other ones can't be, right? So if it introduces air, then the front can't be fucking connected to this anyway that I'm aware of. And if it doesn't, then it's literally just a passive fucking heat sink on the outside, and all the other claims don't make any sense. Look,
well, it's passively active, right? Because it does,
Right.
it uses the energy coming out, that low pressure, to drag air aggressively through those fins. So it's like, it's passive, a heat sink, but it is also actively cooled via, you're actually utilizing the ammo itself to cool it down, right? Which is, it's unique, right? So like, computers have a heat sink somewhat similar to this, where they'll have heat pipes with water in them, no mechanical instruments at all. But because as the water gets hot in one spot, then it will actually start to auto circulate on its own. So it's like kind of unique in that way. So you can have an actually totally fanless computer setup. So I mean, it's like, it's technically neat tech, but I need to know personally where the trade-off is. So if they told me, oh yeah, it's cold, it's low back pressure,
Connor,
but it's a little loud.
They claimed it stayed under 300 degrees after the SOCOM test, so I don't know where you're getting these claims from.
What did Connor say?
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh.
That one.
Oh, the green guy. Okay. It's not like it stays ice cold. It just doesn't get as hot as they could grab it after a mag, not over 300 rounds. You guys are overthinking. Well, maybe. So their claims to me were that the end grip zone, let's call it the lip zone, the grip zone at the end, gets to about 115 after 30 rounds, and the back is at 160, where they claim a normal suppressor is at about 400 degrees. So, I mean, that's a factor of 4 reduction. I mean, basically in terms of temperature. So it's a rather large delta over a short firing schedule, but that's something. So, I mean, and the rest of the can still gets hot though. That's my thing, because there are no. But
it cools it down. The whole thing, even the barrel. Like, dude, it can't be that efficient. Look. Maybe they have broken thermodynamics and all the math that I understand. Again, I haven't seen the inside. Maybe they've done some crazy 4D geometry. I don't think that's likely, and I also think that they would be able to make consistent claims as to how it works and like the exact performance, right? Like, they've given me, Lost, you, and Compulsive all wildly different specs for this thing.
Oh no, don't mistake. I didn't talk to these fucking people.
It was just me while he was in the AO.
I was just kind of like watching the guys in the back because I was kind of interested to see what.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's like if you have two of the biggest shill guys come out and try and sell you a suppressor, like who cares? Like, why would you believe them? Like, they're notable shill whores.
Goys are gonna goy, man. You know how it works,
dude. Goyim, am I right, dude? Total goyim.
I have not watched the Garantham video. I don't know if what he did or said is reasonable or not.
It was an Ambient Arms video. It wasn't a GT video. It was an Ambient Arms video.
Yeah.
and that they just filmed like with Garand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his video hasn't come out yet because I think he will have a dedicated video on.
Did y'all read that $10 super chat?
I haven't read the supers yet. I can.
Well,
I'll.
that $10 super chat is, I think, relevant to the conversation.
Yeah. Well, let's get the ones that are relevant. Delta 34, you funny man. So Everyday American for 10. Thank you very much, sir. Says the Garand Thumb video allegedly showed the product doing what it was supposed to, and it wasn't louder than the other cans in the video. What's the beef?
Two things immediately. Suppressor audio is a fucking joke. If you think you can just listen to something on a video and get even kind of a representative picture of what it sounds like in reality. And I mean, it changes with air pressure, changes with temperature, changes with environment, changes with platform. Like it's all very not consistent. So like, I'm not just going to watch a video and they sound roughly the same and be like, yep, that's definitely the same.
Right.
The beef is that as a scientist and as an engineer, I should be able to walk up to another alleged scientist and engineer and have an honest and open conversation that makes sense to me.
Don't call yourself a scientist. That's cringe. You're an engineer. Okay,
whatever.
you do real stuff.
Yeah,
not make believe science.
Doctors, future doctors and science.
The
even-
science told me I had to wear a diaper on my face, and I could somehow be at a BLM rally, but not at church. So I'm not interested in the whole science nonsense.
And even if he said, "Look, sir, you sound like a retard," but I don't want to talk about it because it's proprietary. Fine, but you can't then go offer a bunch of interviews with varying claims and varying methods to how it even fucking works.
Well, so it's not that there's like some mega scam to uncover here, but it's like if you've reduced your internal volume, how do we have better suppression than other bigger, larger cans, right? Unless there's some sort of black magic voodoo going on. If it is truly taking ambient air into the chamber, how are we mitigating first round pop every time? Right, because we now just are not allowing the silencer to actually ever evacuate, right? Because it just simply that's not the way it operates. And again, if they have some sort of mechanical way or design way to mitigate all of that, why would they be so defensive when just asking simple questions about it, right? Because again, if there is some sort of like corporate espionage angle, or like you're not wanting to give away proprietary stuff, you're like, oh yeah, our internals are proprietary and patented, right? So we don't talk about them, we don't show them. We can give you like the generic, like it pulls air from the outside, something heat sink Venturi flow pattern, and it works good. All right, now give me money. But when you're really like right, it sets up some a little bit of a hair raising on the neck. When somebody's uber defensive, like when I go talk to a guy who makes a rifle, something I know a little bit more about, and I'm like, oh yeah, so your bolt is 3.5 pounds and there's no adjustable gas block. How does it shoot suppressed? And they're like, oh, you're an idiot. It shoots amazing. Get out of it. I'm like, whoa, like I'm just curious here. Like I didn't mean to upset you. I'm just asking, like, that's a brick right there, It's the same thing when he's asking questions about the suppressor.
That's literally
right?
exactly how it went.
And it's like, listen, we're at SHOT Show. People are lying here. This is a den of thieves and whores, my friends. We're literally in Sin City right now. Okay, so trusting what these people say to you, don't do it. All right.
SHOT Show. What I've learned in my first trip to SHOT Show is everyone is trying to scam each other. It literally feels like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, you're talking to people for marketing, right? So it's about pushing products and selling product for them. This is the marketing push, right? They had the Garand Thumb video in the lead up. They have everybody talking about it. I know that they have some of the suppressors out to other quote unquote influencers who are not going to be able to give you decibel numbers, who are not going to be able to measure it in an accurate, objective way. And they're going to tell you things like it is cooler at the end, which I think this isn't like giving anything away. Blue Jean operator. He was. I don't know if he has one or if he was talking about it, but he was like.
So he does have a video on it.
Oh, it did actually.
I have not.
Sorry,
watched
my bad.
The Garand.
I didn't watch the Garand video on it, but I mean, if BJO has one, I don't know if BJO has one. But he was talking about it or something, and it's like, oh, it actually is cooler at the end. I mean, if that's the selling point and that's it, like for $1,400, I would expect something a little more, right?
Yeah,
personally.
That's the other thing is the price point is very high.
It's not really about a beef so much as it is like just asking questions, all right? Just asking questions. People get really upset at that.
There are so many new suppressor companies that just
Yeah, what
popped
did
up.
he say right there? That was
Seal Court Records.
Uh-oh. What is this?
Lucky
Lucky Gunner
Gunner.
for $20. Well, first off, somebody also asked for the belch, so here you go.
Yo, is Wigger Thumb like? Is he wearing a hat in that video? By the way,
Little video.
the ambient video. Can you pull that back up?
Yes, he's wearing a beanie.
Oh.
He's beanie maxing, dude.
He should just embrace being a Wigger.
Speed run to Tim Pool, dude.
Wigger Thumb is peak thumb.
I do think Jay does good work, and a lot of his stuff is good, but there have been a couple of those. It's like the 320 thing, right? Where like there's a ton of smoke, but no one can find the fire about him doing funny shit sometimes.
Wait. Saying he was cutting up the cans and selling the tech. Like Jay from Pew Science doing that?
Uh-oh.
I heard Jay was crash out yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I also heard Jay crash out yesterday for being called out on it. Oh, so Jay's at SHOT Show.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's here.
I don't know what he looks like.
I don't know.
Clark County. See Clark
That's
County.
interesting.
I'm looking this up right now.
Do you know who looks good for SHOT Show? Arm Scholar, even though he's
Arm Scholar I've seen him several times, lost a lot of weight.
clickbait scholar looks good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him,
Good
dude.
for him, man.
Clark County Pacer. I'm gonna have to save this.
Let me see.
It doesn't just pull up. Seal Court Records A-25 92459. See
Give me,
Clark County.
30 seconds. Don't say anything cool until I get back.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
I am looking this up, Lucky Gunner, and I'm having almost dropped the mic. I am having some trouble finding it. It's my apology. My high-tech mic stand.
Can you DM one of us, Lucky Gunner, if you found it before? Clark County.
Sealed and not public. Well, it just says it's not publicly available online, so I don't know how to pull this up. But has a statement saying how he was cutting up cans and selling the tech. Are we talking about Jay? So Pew Science was cutting up cans and selling the tech to people? That's dirty. If true, I mean, $20 super chat, so I believe anything you say at this point. But if that's true, that Jay was cutting up cans and selling the tech to competitors, like that's messed up, right? Isn't that illegal? Oh, if they're patented, I don't know. Something violation. Saying how he was cutting up cans and selling the tech, maybe something to look into. I also heard Jay crash out yesterday for being called out on it. Well, I would like to see the court docs. If you have them, Lucky Gunner, and you can DM them to me or email or whatever, I would love to take a look at them and read them out. Certified copies for $5, so maybe I can get the copy of it. Let me write. Well, it's up on here, so I will try and keep this up. Thank you, Lucky Gunner. If I can look into it, I will. Thank you for the $20. That was insane. Connor says there was a GT video. There was a GT video. Yes, thank you. We saw that now. I apologize for not following him. Delta 34 has a funny question. He says, for the Christian, did you stop by the Arrow booth? I sat on the Arrow booth because Arrow bought the booth last year and then decided not to show up. Their upper management was here, but they were just doing like business meetings, no booth stuff. So no employees, no product, no nothing. So Arrow was here, but not. Everyday American says focus being a shot is going to cause some of these dudes to throw hands. No, see, this is the thing you have to realize is most people are cowards. So like, whereas like I'll go to the T-Rex Arms booth, I'll go to Onward Research, I'll go talk to the Onward Research guys, while Ashley's right there. I wanted to do an interview with Ashley because I think that would be very funny. Maybe tomorrow if she's around. But like, I'll go to these people and like meet them face to face, right? These people will not go to SHOT Show because they're going to get some mild criticism. Like, most of these people are cowards. Yes. So Lucky Gunner for $5. Thank you, dude. You're donating a lot, but I thank you for the input here. Yes, Pew Science is Irregular Defense versus Cat's parent company in the court docs.
Irregular Defense.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
Oh.
I officially can't be here anymore.
Yeah, he's
But
Taylor has now disappeared. He is
Yeah.
no longer in the building. He is not allowed to. He's just that meme, that blacked out meme where he just disappears. Yeah, Irregular Defense versus Cat's parent company in the court docs. Okay, so in an official capacity, Taylor does not exist.
so I wonder who's on the defense side. Probably, well, maybe.
Well,
Cat.
wait, who?
I have no clue.
Taylor's awkwardly
about
sitting
we
over there.
actually-
Actually,
Well,
no.
you
Actually, we
talk
can't talk
about
about
it.
this.
You can shut the fuck up about it. But like
wanna
I'm gonna look this up now. Hold on, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What's the name of Cat's parent company?
Which one?
Oh fuck, man.
It's okay,
There's like
Nathan. It's
seven.
just us. It's just us here
Your regular
Taylor's not here.
defense
versus Cat. Yeah, the Cat lore is wild.
All right, let's get back to.
All right, well, let's. I think that's it for the major stories. We covered everything, so I think we're gonna get to Irregular Defense. Is this using it? I love their stuff. We're gonna get to all the super chats. I'm sorry, it's been 2.5 hours. We were gonna go to a silencer shop party, and then they said no. So fair enough. Let me pull this up. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. Ambient arms. Get rid of this, and we're gonna go ahead and get to the super chats. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging out. If you have anything else that you want to cover tomorrow, the last day of SHOT Show, we will absolutely do that. Just let us know. All right. What am I looking for? Ko-Fi. Okay, that's wow. I can't spell. Jeez, I hope you guys can't see that. I was retarded, dude. Ko-Fi. There we go. All right. Amurai Boy for 2 over on YouTube says late and gayer than a Hollywood party. See, I heard they liked him early, real early. What's the Subway motto? Fresh. Ton Dogs for 2 says this SHOT Show is the gayest one ever. It's the most boring one ever. Since this is my 3rd SHOT Show, and hanging out with Lucas was cool. Hanging out with some of the other boys was really cool. Meeting a lot of you guys was cool. Beretta booth, great, fantastic. Other than that, like not a lot of mega exciting products, or maybe I'm just more of a jaded asshole this year. Tarke for 2, our resident furry, says of their own accord, part 2 was the best track. Yeah, I forget which, because I made these like 2 weeks ago. I forget which song I used in the intro, but it's banger track. Thank you, Tarke. Ton Dogs for 2 says John developing a lisp hanging around the flamers. Hi guys. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Todd Dogs. Chud for 2 says Bore Feed is built like incredible gassy grand. Thank you. Bore Feed. Bore Feed, Bore Greed. Bubble Bass, Subarctic Psycho says for 2. Very funny. Yes, we did talk about the large man. The large man in charge. Naughty Purant for 2 says, did you hear about Nick Chen getting banned? Were you trying to get me to say the N-word? Nick Chen? I don't know Nick Chen. What did Nick Chen do? I don't even know who that is. Naughty M Purant, if you're still here. I'm very sorry that he got banned, or very happy he got banned, depending on who he is. Gid Kid for 2 says, did he give you a price on the Zastava PKM? Yes. Sub 10K.
He said he wanted to keep it around.
Well, somebody said 8, but at one point he said he wanted to keep it way away from 10. So I don't know what that means. So I would, if you're hoping for 2 or 3, no. 6, possibly. 8, likely. That's what I would say. Thank you, Gideon. Appreciate you, sir. Just Some Space Cowboy for 5 says, did you ask on Zasab if they plan on bringing in a 308 version of the PKM? The problem is if they bring in another version of it, it has to go back through ATF approval again, right?
That's
So
a massive investment too.
it's a lot of money. Well, it'd be a separate SKU, right? So that would also have to go through ATF approval. It would have to take 6 months to bring in. It would be painful. So while it's possible that he brings in another version at some point, he's got to get this one in first. And this is the one to get right now. So in the future, possibly. I didn't ask about it, but this is the one that he's been trying on. Connor becomes a new member. Thank you very much, Connor. Appreciate you. A. Bergie becomes a new member. Appreciate you very much, sir, as well. Amorite Boy says, shout out to Not Gep. Yes, Gep Gekadile, we've been hanging out a little bit. He's been very nice and helpful and good to chat with. For helping out in the Cord for codes. Geisley Trigger for me. Yes, I will be responding to all your messages shortly, as many as I can. I'm gonna go first come, first serve, and until I'm out of codes. And when I am out of codes, I am gone. That's it. All right. Thank you, MRI boy. Lucky Gunner for 5 says, I was trying to find you at the show. Could not. Big sad. Safe travels back. I'm leaving in the morning. Well, I'll be here all day tomorrow. I'm going to be at the show all day Friday. Taylor's gone. Nathan's hanging out with me till Saturday, and we're bouncing out of here on Saturday. So hope you had a good show, Lucky Gunner. Really appreciate you, man. And if you're around tomorrow morning, I will be here. So are we hanging out with Hugo?
We should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Tomorrow meeting up with some other guys. So Jesus is my Shiboy school. What? For Jesus says, when can I expect the RC4 in my Spencer's gifts?
Oh, the RC4 skin, dude, it's
Man,
already out. Go
dude.
check.
It's already out and it's about to be in, dude, when you're sleeping tonight or something. Name like that, dude. Moonman for 5 says, someone get this man a haircut looking like he spent the last 5 years locked in a bedroom playing Gears of War 2, dude. If only. All right. Sorry. If only. If only. Oh, wait. You can be here now that we don't need to just focus on Nathan. We can move it now. It's being funny, but now that we're no longer. Oh, just turn it even further away. Oh my gosh. Stop it. You psychoactive Twitch. Okay. Thank you, Moon Man. Appreciate it. Yeah, people commenting on my hair. I don't know. It looks fine. You're making me self-conscious, dogs. Jeez. Talk about Nathan's hair. Jeez. Cringe. Subarctic Psycho for 5 says John's hair trying to slither off his head and crawl back into the sewers. All right. All right. Fine. Can't make fun of my clothes anymore, so you make fun of my hair. I see how it is. Not Ampere for 5 says PSA missed out on calling the new rifle system the EFN, Efficient Firearm Network, the Epstein. Which one? the Epstein rape. What?
Epstein.
The EFN and the ERN. Oh, that's good. That's what you.
So-
you
I
do-
mean, this must be something I don't get.
Oh, you don't-
Rape.
Have you ever heard that?
heard
You've
that
never
song?
heard
It's
that?
on Instagram.
It's a song, dude.
And it
Well,
plays loud as
The
fuck.
drive
and
to
just-
dinner today is going to be hot.
It's EFN and it's ERN, baby.
Yeah,
All right, just
it's
remember
so
those.
loud when you listen to
And
it.
rest in peace to Nick Chen getting banned. Oh, dude, I don't know who Nick Chen is, dude. I will look this up real fast though for you.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey
yeah.
Epstein.
Nick Chen. I don't know if this is a joke though. Is Nick Chen a joke that I don't get? Excuse me. Nick Chen. Shot Joe. Nope. All right, no idea.
We're seeing one guy.
Yeah, and that's Ted Nugget. Lucky Gunner again says, look at Global Ordnance Monolith if you want to feel a meme gun. I saw it there, but I was not going to go up because I saw it online and I was like, this looks like a Foxtrot mic product, which is not
Yeah,
good. So
it's
it's a monolithic AR thing with a side folding stock. I want to
It looks
say,
like a scar, and an LMT had an ugly child.
Ooh.
Legitimately.
Yeah, and
it's got a side charger too, like a Scar does, but it feels even worse. It feels worse than the Zenith, which is like that's impressive.
That's saying something.
You tried to suck. That's impressive.
okay. All right, fair enough. Yes, thank you, but I can touch it for you if you want me to though. Thank you, sir. Moonman for 10 says a fully functional M4 from a good brand is like $1,000 or less if used. Whomst is dropping over $1,000 on a PSA anything. Thousands of people. What flavor of autism is that? They probably don't even like trains. Shaking my head. No, it's low IQ behavior, right? And it's like brand loyalty. So it's like, well, 1,500 on a Jackal isn't that much. I mean, look at an HK. It's 4,000. It's like, sure, but wasting 1,500 is still $1,500 wasted, right? So, or even 1,200 or 1,000, right? Whatever it is, it's still a lot of money to throw down the drain at nothing. Thank you, Moonman. No, but I completely agree. If it was $500, like it's cheap, but it's still wasting money. It's like, yeah, you can buy $1,000 $2 McChickens from McDonald's, but it's because they're only $2, but you're still wasting money and crapping yourself constantly. Just Some Space Cowboy for 5 says the M&P you will be getting soon was 650 doubloons, which also has a comically long name. Yeah, dude, the M&P series is like the Holosun AIM series. We now have the Holosun Ames X2 Pro ARO Evo Dual Max Pro. something like that. There's so many different names. Thank you, Space Cowboy. I look forward to it. Moonman for 5 says, "Why would I buy this? How do you do, fellow kids? 1911 instead of a newer gun. If I want a 1911, I want Grandpa's bus trip, but the bad kind for focus. I like 2011s, generically speaking. You know, it's like 1911 ergonomics with a fat grip." And I like bigger grips, you know. I like a little more to hold on to personally. What about you, Taylor? Do you like more to hold on to?
It depends.
He likes more to hold on to, which is why he's never satisfied.
It's true.
Tragic. Truk. Moonman for 2 says PKM is second only to the MG42 in cool factor. What's the one that Rambo uses?
That's the M60, dude. I'm telling you. That thing
M60.
sucks.
Yeah, it's got drip too. It might not have been good, but it has drip. Moonman for 5 says, "Why are you so small? Disassemble this man's femurs to increase height." That's a good meme. Have you ever thought about breaking your femurs to you just have like 12-inch
Is that
long
like a
fingers?
Turkish thing?
Yeah, you break your femurs and then they like you stretch them like I don't know like a millimeter a day for like months, and then you get like 3 inches taller or something like that. You can probably go further, but it literally stretches out your legs so you look like you have like the tiniest like never worked leg days in your entire life. But like I could be 5'9". Think about that, dude. With an extra 6 inches, I could be 5'9".
Be too powerful.
An unstoppable chick magnet at 5'9". Thank you, Moonman. Chud McGill for 2 says Grendicel Master Race 6 arc Chuds listen and learn. Dude, that's actually true. As a 6 arc defender, you know, it's sad that it's not winning any cool contracts, just like, you know, gay DMR stuff. It's like, oh fine, I want an assault rifle full auto, okay, and I just don't get that in 6 arc. Thank you, Chud. Appreciate you, sir. Yeah, 6'5" Grendel guys. W once again. Sabardic Psycho for 5 says, "I like rhinos because they look like the revolver from Aliens Isolation." Yeah, they have a futuristic vibe, even though they're like not new. It's like the P90, right? The P90 has like a futuristic look, even though it's not from this millennium. And it's been a future gun since like 20 years before I was born. Thank you, Sabardic Psycho, or at least 10 years before I was born. Moonman for 10 says, "Why is this gay looking like suppressors peaked aesthetically before the third Modern Warfare came out? A cylinder that fits with the aesthetic of the strap is all you need, not this queer stuff." Well, like personally, an RC2 is like the best looking suppressor from like, no, the NT4. Yeah, the NT4 is the best looking suppressor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though it sucks.
It's not good, but it's the best looking suppressor. It's a dimpled tube.
The irregular defense can looks pretty good too. It doesn't have a very ugly design. I like it. It's just.
But I think the more you do to a suppressor, the worse it looks.
Oh yeah, like rugged cans are
like the more spikes and angles and bullets and waves and flutes you put on it. I'm like, I don't know.
Obsidian or rugged cans, like they can be pretty ugly sometimes. Some of the dead air cans can be kind of ugly looking too because they put like jagged edges all around.
Oh yeah, like the
like,
weird flutes and cuts and stuff. Yeah,
the RC2 is a classic look.
It has a classic look to it. It's like a shape with a little bit of a lip at the end. It's like, all right.
Oh, dude, Q cans. The Q22 can looks fucking stupid.
Oh, the Erector with all the weird geometry on the
They
end.
really call it the Erector,
isn't it? No, it's the Erector 9.
No, there's both.
Oh, it is both. Okay. Yeah. The more you try to do with it and the less mechanical, it looks like a welded can looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Silencer Co. has some pretty good cans. I still think they're 45. The Osprey can is like the best weird looking can, and so is the Salvo 12. Trying to think who else has a good can design. Because the Osprey 45 was in Black Ops 2.
Actually, no, that's true. That is kind of a unique looking suppressor, right? Because it's the one that's thick.
Yeah,
it's not a circle. It's like
no,
thick. Yeah, straight up and down.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a rectangle. It's really
yeah. What's the integrally suppressed pistol again?
No, Maxim.
Maxim. Yeah. Thank you, Moonman. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's not this queer stuff. True. Connor for 10 says, "For the Christian strip club, Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That will be sent to a starving Mormon man, I guess. I don't know what a Christian strip club is. Thank you.
Oh, Bowers cans too. Bowers cans look pretty good. You don't see them very often. But those look really nice too.
T-Bags.
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 The M4 2000.
Yeah, there's a lot of iconic cans and really nice looking cans, but there's also even more trash and bullshit in the gun store counter. I promise you.
Especially now.
Yeah, dude. Now, fucking everybody, dude. You should see SHOT Show floor. There's like 50 new suppressor companies, and they all look fucking stupid.
And like the randomest people had cans.
Yeah.
It's like Bursa makes suppressors now. Like, okay.
Everyone has a 3D printer now. They're like, oh yeah, we can make a can. It's like, no, you can't because you suck.
Yeah, I see people talking in the chat about the stabbing. We will take a look at that in
Dude, yeah,
just
like,
a second.
Like, link the static. If you're in the
No, so
Discord,
they well, if somebody sends it on the Discord, if you could send it to me,
yeah,
just tag me in it.
put it in the SHOT Show Expo because that's
Moonman for 5 says missing the it looks gay forest for the we are stupid nerds trees. This thing sucks for real, for real. Well, yeah, but we also do the nerd thing because I mean that's literally some of our jobs. Like you may know, I mean it also does look gay. So I mean, true. Grand Belch, please. He's known for being a lying POS. You know, it's one of those things.
does he lie?
The Jackal was combat ready, dog.
Did he really? Dude, I haven't watched a Grand Theft video in like probably
Yeah.
prior to Mike.
That was like one of the first videos of his I ever responded to. And
I remember the whole Jokel thing going around. That was
Yeah.
funny as fuck.
Connor for 10 says, yeah, but in GT's videos, the claims that they made do not go as far as the SOCOM test. It's after a mag or two at the most 2. It's after a mag or at the most 2. I don't think this can is breaking the laws of thermodynamics. So when did he say the SOCOM test?
This was either on one of his videos or on like one of the promo materials at the booth. Like, one, why are you like glazing the dude? 2, obviously I know he didn't break the laws of fucking thermodynamics. That's the whole fucking argument.
That's the joke. Do you have small hands? Sorry, I'm looking at your hands on camera now. And I'm like, are those really small? Sorry, I have small hands. So if my hands are bigger, oh, dude, we have the same size hands. That's tragic.
Whoa.
Tragic because my hands are small. Small hands, my hands are small. Yeah, I mean, well, Connor, I appreciate you donating to Glaze. So if you want to continue to Glaze, then you totally can. Yeah, but yeah, the point is that there has to be a trade-off somewhere. So I'm asking, like, where's the trade? It's like, hey, it's smaller, it's lighter, it's not lighter, it's a heavy pig, but it's smaller, but it's somehow quieter, and it has less back pressure, and it also throws air into the inside, but it doesn't have first-round pop issues
Or any flash, apparently.
or any flash. It's like somebody's lying to me, right? It's just one of those things, right? It's like where, oh yeah, this car goes 300 miles an hour and gets 100 miles to the gallon, and I'm like,
I know I'm being bullshit.
and seats 12, and you're like, one of these things is just not true, right? Because I mean, I see a V16 in there, and it's, you know, it's not getting 100 miles to the gallon.
I know someone's lying to me. The problem is I don't know who is. Maybe they're both. Who fucking knows? But there's a lot of black magic going in that can, and I'm excited for somebody to just. I'm excited for Otter Creek Labs to just cut it in half and just go on r/NFA and like, haha, this isn't that great, haha. Dude, I loved it when he did that to Kevin. That was so fucking funny. Like,
That was brutal.
Dude, that was rough, man.
Connor for 5 says, I think GT's vocal cords got messed up from his hair surgery. No, that's called Deca and Trenkov.
Yeah.
Dude, like, or Anavar even. So if you're on a lot of these exogenous hormones and you are cruising for long periods of time, not just replacement like HRT or TRT, it's going to mess with a lot of things. So for women, like you can, like there are women who are on it for years and you can tell when they speak because they say, hello there. Wow. So if you already have a naturally low voice like Arantham does and you start like abusing some of this stuff, yeah, you have side effects like your hair falls out and like your voice sucks, you know? So you combine that with maybe some other recreational substances and things go sideways. So that's not a good idea. Thank you, Connor.
Rare Breed is fighting for his life in the comments on Instagram.
Dude, send me the post link because I will check that out. That's very.
You want a link to it?
Well, is it just on his main page?
It's literally the first video on his Instagram.
Okay, good. Everyday American for 5 says, "Do you think a Rantham skipping shot due to injury is a lie to just a lie to avoid confrontation?" So, I'm actually, if I were a betting man, I would say yes, but not with me. I'm not important, right? It's with everybody else and with his ex because we were at the Onward Research. We were at because he was there, but okay, so we talked to the guys at Onward Research. I'm blanking on their names right now, but we talked to the 2 gentlemen that were there. Ashley was there all over the booth. So I don't know if he wants to go to SHOT Show. And it's also right next to the Primary Arms booth where he had a guest appearance scheduled. So I don't think that he wanted to be there and dealing with his ex-wife, handling his company with his employees there. I feel like that would be incredibly awkward. Not to mention everybody else being like, "Hi, buddy. How's it going, dude?" Not to mention, the other people that might have been there that don't really like him so much anymore. So, I mean, it could be a little bit of column A and column B. However, if it is truly due to injury, I do wish him the best in terms of his recovery because that is awful. And he does have, legitimate injuries. So, I mean, Godspeed in your recovery, sir. But also, it's awkward. So, I do understand him not wanting to be there. Considering they're both getting married again too, dude. It's weird.
Wait, she's getting married already?
I mean, there is a man in her photo, so tell me.
Yo, wow, she's cheating on me. She really picked up a bad habit from him.
You can't be saying that before I interview her. Renee Franco for 5 says, "Did you get a chance to check out the Canik Radian collab? If so, thoughts?"
Where's that at?
It was at the Radiant booth. We saw it there. So it's one of their Meta Prime. So I think it's one of their new guns, which is American made, plus Radiant Ramjet. I don't care about the Glock Radiant Ramjet. So I don't care about the Canik Radiant Ramjet because listen, it's not a competition gun. Okay. So it's a carry gun. I personally don't need a comped carry gun. I don't feel like that's all that helpful. I say that as if I don't have a ported 17 behind me. That hypocrisy aside, okay, it's really the hypocrisy that's the bothersome part of that sentence. But I don't want a small gun with a comp on it, usually speaking, right? And I definitely don't want to spend $1,000 on a Canik. I didn't even spend $1,000 on my steel Caniks, let alone the Radiant Ramjet combo wombo with the Canik. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but also if you wanted that in a full size gun, like the Canik Terran TTI thing is only $800. So if you wanted a full-size gun with a comp on it, that's a Terran gun, they're relatively inexpensive and has all the features you want. So, but for me, a small gun with a comp is silly. Just get a big gun. Just carry a big gun, okay? Carry a Glock 17.
You like the big ones.
I do. I carry a Glock 17. That is also comped. Ported, whatever. Bobby G says there was a stabbing at the SHOT entrance after the floor closed this evening. Check my story at.
Is that Instagram?
There's got to be Instagram. So let me pull it up real fast. I'll just pull it up here. Bobby Get Zan.
That's so funny. What if it's a crackhead?
I hope so, dude. Oh, that's a funny photo. Bobby Get Zan. There you are. Let me go ahead and share this screen. Thank you for the 5, by the way, Bobby. This one right here. Bobby Gets Zan. So you follow me, I don't follow you. Many such cases. The Caesar, Gila.
Shout out to Aguila.
Oh, shit. I can't show that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, bro. Always carry a tourniquet. Okay.
Holy shit. That's a good one.
I did bring a tourniquet. Did you guys bring a tourniquet?
No?
You brought.
Why would I bring
Unbelievable.
a tourniquet after I blow my brains
He
out?
passed. True. Yeah, so okay. All right. Was it like a
You blur the
fight?
Faces, come on.
Like a fight? What the heck?
No fun. Don't blur the faces. 2 brothers seem to have gotten into a scrap and a knife. Oh wow.
Whoa, it's
brothers.
compulsive gun buyer and his brother. No. Okay. Wow, that's
crazy.
wild.
And that's on the main
A
floor.
stabbing match in the Venetian.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the
okay.
main floor of the Venetian, too.
Yeah, good job. ARF can't. If you had the tourniquet to help them, thank you very much. Good job. Good move.
And
Yeah, 'cause
Nova X.
Novox Research. Hey, I have your product. Novox. Good job, homies. I appreciate it very much. And then whatever this is. Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's nutty shit, bro.
All right. Alrighty then. Well, thank you, Bobby G. That was very informative, and thanks to those guys for helping that man out. And I hope they get their problems sorted because that is very rough. Yeah, Mr. John, we miss everything when we go late or when we leave early. We were only there for 8 hours today. Mr. Johnny Move for 5 says, John, should I get one of your uppers and a nice lower? I think you mean,
Yeah, that's what
or a complete ADM. If you want to save money, you should get one of the G Money uppers from me, like the Jaeger L, and then you should get the Ambi ADM or the what's another good Ambi lower?
the guys they went on ironically.
They don't have lowers
Oh,
available.
yeah,
They don't have lowers available.
Griffin Mark
Griffin.
is. I thought they changed it back to 1 for some retarded reason. But the Griffins are nice. The LMTs are nice.
LWRC.
LWRC has an Ambi lower if you can find the part, right? A la carte.
Well, can we can't say, but you know what?
We're
No.
almost 3 hours into a live stream.
Are
So
we good?
just as don't say, hey,
I'm
go
just gonna
to
say
X website to do
Rooftop,
this.
okay,
Oh yeah,
Rooftop.
Rooftop might have some of the stuff. Yeah, you can say that.
I don't know if they keep them always in stock. I know they go pretty quickly, but like they have all the colors too.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do like a certain build, like they have them right there.
Thank you, Johnny Moo. Appreciate you, sir. I mean, but yeah, you don't feel forced to buy any of my stuff. I don't.
You should be forced to buy
Got it.
it specifically.
Moonman for 10. Thank you, sir. Says past tense with a rock like God intended. If you try to sell me a gay, ugly suppressor or anything, to be honest, and telling me nerd stuff I don't care about just makes me mad, I will wear their skin. Dude, Moonman is the epitome of like Grok brain go grug or something like that, where it's like, give me the thing, don't talk to me about the thing, let me do the thing with the thing. I don't care about any of this other nonsense.
I respect it, man.
Also
He's-
KYS.
He's literally immune. To,
Yeah, immune to propaganda
He's
through
immune
through
to
sheer
marketing.
autism. So Moonman, when usually you select one autism, usually specialized, he just like started pressing buttons on the screen when he was selecting autism. So he has like train, he has 40K, he has guns, he has
he's like that scene in Elf where he just gets all the
he's-
buttons on the elevator and just
yeah,
goes up and down.
he's a Fed. I mean, all of the different things that Moonman could be in life. Here he is. American for 5. Everyday American for 5 says, respectfully, who is buying gear from a company owned by a woman, let alone Garand Thumb's ex-wife? Okay, so actually their dealer price at Shot on their rigs for people who are signing up for dealers, so trying to get people, $139 for their recce rigs.
For the Recce rig.
$139 for the recce rigs, $199 map. So
That
I
seems
mean,
like not terrible.
no, 35 points. That's I can do 35 points all day. Should I should carry the Onward Research Ready. I just thought about this. I should carry the Onward Research Ready rigs on my website, or their recce rigs on my website,
It'd be funny.
because it's funny. Yes, I should do. I'll talk to Ashley tomorrow about that.
I've heard they're okay. I haven't heard.
I've
anything
also
bad
heard they're
about
okay.
them.
So I will actually do that because it's funny.
I'm so proud of Recce, man.
Simply because it's funny. Simply because it's funny, I will do that. Moonman for 5 says, a woman moving on immediately, so normal. She already forgot you, King, reading this. They are not human like you and I. Well, you say that as if it's like two things can be true at the same time, right? So I mean, like, you can say that like 304 while also saying like, the fuck the other guy.
She's cheating on me, man.
Cheating on you, dude. She doesn't know it yet, but she is cheating on you.
They're beautiful. I just wish they were good people.
Yeah, Sid Trick. Dude, actually, wait, I have something for this. So, the damn one, that's good.
Damn.
This one, just the Truth Supernova.
I've never seen that. That's
the Truth. This one here. It's Truth Nuke. Truth Nuke, dude. Lots of Truth Nukes being dropped tonight. Wonderful.
We only tell the truth around here until we're lying.
Strapped LB Style for 2 says, who got banned just joined. Sup y'all. Well, dude, you missed the stream basically. We're almost done. It says, who got banned just joined. Sup y'all. Hey yo, hope you're having a good night. LB Style. Actually, I forgot. I should really get to these Ko-Fi's first because they're so much more important.
I really want to know if Lawrence got banned from Shot Show. Like I know he.
Well, he got kicked out, but I don't know if banned is the correct
It'd
term.
be so funny if he did.
Yeah. I mean, you would, because that's a no-no. Don't do
Well,
that.
if he's harassing people. Those booths aren't cheap, people.
No.
Like those booths are like easy high six figures on the main floor, even low sevens, and you have to register. I just wanted to
A year.
a year in advance. You have to register by noon tomorrow, and like Shot hasn't even ended yet. Like it's that crazy. So if he's going around issuing C&Ds to even FRT companies who paid like mid six figures, like 250. Like that's Shot's gonna do something about that because like, hey, you're fucking with our money. If you fuck with our money, we're gonna fuck with you.
Sabardic Noticer says, "Hey John, that DM I sent you, please before the inside thoughts, put me on the news and look up the 1897 hit song. There is a Niger in the Moon. We tried to play that the other night. Apparently, it's very funny. Classic. Thank you, Sabardic Noticer. Appreciate you. You know, honestly." You're the good noticer. Red Diacon says, I don't know much about cans, but I assumed the ambient worked something like the Lewis Guns heat sink. Would that work?
That's the thing.
As a heat sink, yes.
That's the thing, though. What's it called? Wasn't
But the Lewis gun is not pulling air into the barrel.
Yeah, it's a closed system. It uses water, and you just close it. What's it called? Didn't James from Compulsive Gun Buyer, one of his friends, say, "Isn't this basically like a Lewis gun?" He's like, "No, he got real."
Yeah, he like freaked the fuck out.
Yeah. Who knows? Like, just wait for somebody to cut this motherfucker open at this point.
Yeah,
like,
they'll figure it out. EB782 on Ko-Fi says, I asked about suppressor mounts yesterday. I can't find a Xeno hub adapter for the Velos I have. Charlie mount. Oh, why do you have a Charlie mount?
Is the Velos seriously on a fucking Bravo hub?
I'd like to keep everything the same across the board. Also, what's the Discord? Oh, sorry about that. I need to put the Discord in there. Well, dude, I have to do.
I have the 36M, and it uses just a regular screw.
Yeah, it's Bravo. I was sworn the Velos was just a fucking can.
Okay, everybody's messaging me.
Oh
shoot.
my gosh.
Well, no, my DMs are worse, dude.
Right
If I go onto my Instagram DMs, I think I got actually 100 messages.
Right click and block Bones.
Right click, block
send
Bones. I hope you're actually doing well.
Send him a link to the Caracal.
The
That'll
Caracal
be a good
16.
9 mil.
Shoot, where was I going? I just
The
blanked.
Discord link.
Discord link. Okay.
Yeah.
This happens every time I open something up, and I'm like, oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. I need to get to these earlier. I need to make a habit of getting to Ko-Fi's right when they come in so that people who, go through the extra hassle and actually give me like a much larger percentage get rewarded for it. Discount code not discount code, my bad. Discord link in the chat. So if you want to join, go ahead, go there. I'm actually going to check what did Bones ask me?
What did Bones say?
Do you have Lucas contact in Discord or elsewhere? I have an idea for product. All right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. I can text him if he's interested. I think he's leaving today or tomorrow. So I will text him and let him know. The worst he can say is no. Don't speak to me and then block me. So, Huge Ass for 2 says best TQ marketing ad ever. True. Thank you, Huge Ass. Connor W for 5 says declining to engage in controversy does not equal glazing. Personal jabs in response to challenged ideas is womanly. Response to you.
So first off, you are actively engaging in the controversy. I was the one talking. Second off, that's literally what he did. I challenged his ideas, and he was directly insulting, directly opposite of what I did to you, which was tell you that I have evidence as to why I believe this idea, and you have now personally jabbed at me. So both you and that other guy are a woman, and you are just digging the hole deeper every time you give us more money.
Well, so Connor, I also think that you also should understand that some people are just passionate when they talk about things. So, we're on a live stream, we're trying to be entertaining and whatnot. So if you take personal offense to something, it is what it is. But also, like, some people are passionate about things. So when a suppressor guy is talking to another suppressor guy and they have that engineer to engineer connection, that tism,
clown to clown
communication, and one of those things isn't hooking up quite right, or the other guy thinks something is off, right? It can be a problem, right? So, I mean, I have problems with other reviewers when I'm looking at them I'm watching them and I hear what they say and it's not matching what they're doing, right? And so I'm like, oh, you're a liar. And so you can't be like, hey, that's a jab. You called him a liar. That's a womanly thing to do, to call a man a liar. It's like, I don't know. Like, listen, if somebody's acting like a short retard, like me, and you call me a short retard, I'm like, I'm not going to respond, that's a womanly thing to do. I'm going to say like,
That's a
well, yeah,
bitch
you're
thing to
right.
do.
You're
You
right.
have to say
You're
that.
right.
That's a
Alright.
bitch thing to do.
No. If you say it to my face, like, that's kind of based. Kind of based.
No one's gonna say shit.
Well, yeah. So for all the people that dislike me, never had one really come up and engage, other than the guy who told me he hated everything I stood for. But other than
Yeah,
that, like, I
it's-
never have anybody interact with me negatively. So like, because again, they're all cowards. Like Ian McCollum looked at me, went the other way. Just like,
what's the beef with you?
I made a video response to him because he made a snide jab at me, swarmy faggot. But anyways,
Which one's Ian
Thought he
McCollum?
was cool. Then.
Isn't that
it's fine.
Forgotten Weapons?
It's Forgotten Weapons. Yeah.
Oh, well,
He took personal offense to me taking an issue with his take. Thank you, Connor. Appreciate it. Also, what stream do you think you're on if we're not going to make snide jabs at people? Take your sensitive ass back to the Brass Fact server, okay? Gosh dang. Everyday American for 5 says, but they won't do anything about the Chinese nationals with 3D scanners, lol.
that's so funny.
Well, you say that as if that's not like they send them over here specifically to
Oh,
spy
yeah.
and to do all this sort of nonsense stuff. I mean, that just is what it is. Something about culture, blah, blah, blah. Stealing, thieves, IP theft.
It's baked in their blood to do that.
Dude, it's like baked beans and British people. Moonman from 5 says the world collapses because men's stopped enshrining. Don't worry about it, kitten, in law like your forefathers did. Truk, dude. What is a woman supposed to be worrying about? Like what temperature the oven is at? Like that's it, okay? Like the other night we had the compulsive gun buyers' wives. They made us cookies and stuff, and that was
So
wonderful.
funny.
That was wonderful. They were wonderful people. They were great hosts. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure they do a good job. Wow, because they do some of the editing and some of the other stuff behind the scenes. So, but yeah, of course, yes. You should be worrying about the oven temperature. All right. That's the main concern for today. In fact, all right. Very important timings to get things correct. Chud for 2 says, why the fuck did the cost of onions double? Angry at the Jews. That's true. It was the Jews. I'm pretty sure the Jews went to your supermarket and were like, you know what? This Chud guy, we don't like the Chuds, okay? We see a lot of Chuds around here. Can you make their onions more expensive and can you make them cry harder? Just I don't know if that's true. If the price of onions did actually double, that's very funny. Is there an onion famine?
Onion short.
The onion shortage of 2026, dude. It's so over.
I'll see if that Chris guy said anything else.
Connor.
Or yeah, whatever.
Connor. If we miss something, I can talk
I'll
about
keep
it.
an eye out.
EB says, I asked about suppressor mounts yesterday. We already looked at that one. Yes, thank you, EB. I appreciate that.
Sweet and
Gideon.
sick, sweet and sour. That's funny.
Dang, YouTube pays me. Yes. Gideon for $10 on Ko-Fi says, hi, John. Hi. Can't make it for the whole stream. The whole stream, dude. Spelled HOLE, bro.
Damn.
This is not a whole stream. That's funny, though. Thank you, Gideon. I hope you enjoy listening to that later because you got me. But look forward to catching the VOD tomorrow. Have a good rest of your time in Vegas and safe travels. Blessing. Christ is King. Christ is King. Blessings and Godspeed to you, Sir Gideon. I hope you have a wonderful day. And then Degenerate Niger Toe Tickler sent me $5 the other day, but I think I got that. That is a name. All right, last one. Thundercats 87 says, I take it personally that Focus Trip is successfully gaslighting everyone to believe that isn't actually vintage. Cat cans have been my favorite thus far. Sigh of relief.
Woo.
Based Truk.
Someone who actually shoots their guns.
Dude, I'm gonna get a cat can and I am going to trash on it and make sure that I'm gonna make sure that they know that it's Taylor's fault that I hate cat cans, dude.
First round pop, every pop.
First round pop, every pop, dude.
Belt head.
Dude, I'm gonna dude, that can you showed me today, I'm gonna like sawzall and be like, look at this stupid hole in the middle of it. Retarded design choice. This is Taylor's design choice.
I was cool enough to make design.
Oh,
choices.
Bushmaster, did you donate on Rumble? Let me pull that up. I am very sorry. I didn't have that up in front of me. Shoot. 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 Bushmaster, just retype it in chat and I will read it as if it is a super chat. If you super chatted on Rumble, like I don't know if I can show you this. How do I show you guys this? But it only allows me to go back so far and then it's just gone. So I can't even, if you super chatted like more than 5 minutes ago, like it's gone. I can't even cycle up to the top anymore. If I try and cycle up anymore, it just takes the video down. So I don't know how to get to your super chat. So Bushmaster, just type it. Oh, never mind. Yeah, the whole thing was a lie.
I did not
Unbelievable.
send money. That's all. You should have just been free.
Now you have to. Now you have to. No, I was asking a question. I did not send money. Okay, what question did you have? We have 8 minutes left. What question do you want us to answer before I? Oh wait, what are we getting dinner? It's late.
It's 9:30.
I am a liar and a fraud. Yes, you are, Bushmaster. You should apologize. Rumble is terrible. Rumble is dude. If it was better, dude, I can't believe that like 50,000 people watch people live on Rumble. It is such a bad website.
But they only watch one person. And when that person's done, they leave. Like they don't stay on the site. That's the thing. YouTube keeps.
Okay. Hey, by the way, don't say that, but read that DM from another suppressor manufacturer. Don't say that out loud. He's getting props from another suppressor manufacturer. So validation. Sorry, it's that one. Don't say it out.
Sense community.
Ooh, common sense community murdering ambient, dude.
Dude, I love it when the world is not full of retards.
Yeah.
That actually, the person who just sent that, I was not interested in your product.
Now you are.
Tomorrow.
Now you are. There you go.
Something funny.
Also, hey, I have your can at home. It's still waiting approval. It's been there for like 2 weeks now, so maybe I need to call them. So
that's so based.
thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Dude,
Thank you much.
Hawkeye actually being right is crazy again.
It happened,
It's
dude.
another quarter in the Hawkeye's right jaw.
There's only 2 quarters in it, bro. That's good. Chud, off subject, just thought about Justice Gas Systems. Oh yeah, we went to Blackout Defense. I kind of get the hype, okay, because people have been telling me to check them out for a while.
Oh yeah, how was that? Because they were right next to us at the PKM booth, right?
They seem nice. Yeah. They like the gas block seemed really novel. They have little silly rings and they have the taper barrel nut lockup, which I think is nice. The handguards seem nice. It's like it's good. It's good stuff. So
cool.
yeah, no problems. The Barrett stuff, I realized, at least the ones that they had out, they have Geisley barrels and Geisley gas blocks.
Yeah,
so
the Rec 7.
yeah, they're literally cheaper Geisley rifles. So they don't have all of the features. Like they don't have the Geisley trigger. They don't have the Geisley buffer system. They have a different BCG. It's still good, but it's not the Geisley RE BCG. But yeah, it's literally a Geisley barrel and gas block on the end,
which is fine.
So it's good. It's good. Like
they didn't
I
have
like
any
them.
G-Money triggers in them, did they?
No, the ones that they had there were like polished mil spec, so they were nice, but mil spec,
Which I mean, if you can get them for like, I think they go for like 1,700 if I remember right.
Well, that's pretty close to Geisley money.
Yeah, exactly. So and they don't go on sale that often like G-Money does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are we looking forward to? Well, actually, you're leaving tomorrow. What are you looking forward to? What do you got, Taylor?
No, made it home safe, and honestly, big thank you to Danger Zone and to you guys. That's all I got.
Oh, of course, yeah, anytime. This will be the last night with Taylor. I'm gonna savor every moment of it. Thank you very much for hanging out. Of course. It was a good time. And Arrow, sign off for the night.
I ain't got fucking shit, man.
Dude, true. Me and you are just gonna hang out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're both leaving Saturday morning. Hugo coming?
Hugo, we're meeting him up with dinner, I think, for a little bit. Because don't we have something else to do on Friday night? I can't remember.
I don't think so, dude.
PK investing a shot. I think it's like
it's cool.
I think it's one of the more interesting things of shot. But the best thing was like the best things are all hidden by defense like technologies. That's what it is. All the cool stuff is hidden by like,
this is the Catkins were at shot for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And like 6 Hour, all their cool stuff. Yeah, it's on the inside of 6 Hour because it's just a giant box. And that's all defense.
It's a box for the defense company so they can talk to each other. Intro to Careless Whisper plays. True.
Somebody clip that.
Chat, that's a clip.
You can literally buy them.
Chud, don't get me fucking started.
Wait, does Chud know that triggers you?
Things are B&T cans.
Stop it! You're scaring him.
Bat cans.
B&T. Oh, come on, bro.
Cat and bat. Cat versus bat.
See, now people are just being sarcastic that my hair looks good. Unbelievable. Now I'm self-conscious again. You guys suck. Whatever.
No,
I'm not mad.
uh,
Bushmaster for 5 on Rumble says, "Here's some dosh for you and the boys to buy a Snickers or perchance a feet pick. Don't spend it all in one place." All right, noted.
Well,
Noted.
Lee Hindo, it's the normal showgoers really don't matter because it's an industry event, not a
Right.
media event.
So, like, media is allowed in because they want to promote products and marketing and stuff like that. But this is also like a B2B event, right?
Yeah.
So, contracts are being signed, deals are being put in place. There's literally what are the first 2 days called? Supplier showcase. So, like, there are literal booths that are like, we are steel machining facilities. Like, please come to us with your steel machining needs, right? That's what it is. So it's like, that's not a media thing, right? I'm not going to promote, steel company number 461. Right.
Like, I know for a fact that all 3 of the acquisition armors for DevGuru were here Sunday,
Yeah.
Monday, and Tuesday. Like, the funny people are here early in the week and then they fuck off. Allegedly.
Even some of the primary arms guys said that they had guys swing by that were interested in their stuff.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if that's probably public, but I mean, yeah, they said that that optic is for a specific contract. They had, some cool people stopping by the booth for purposes. So lots of meetings with lots of people. Oh,
Moonman.
damn. All right. We're about to get out of here.
Man's a G.
Dude, I'm hungry, man. I'm starving now. Moonman for 10 says, everything at SHOT seems like it's the equivalent of corporate art. Focus grouped to death. Makes me violent. I would flex my lack of impulse control on the ambient guys just for making such a product. Base,
It
dude.
does seem AI
Base.
generated now that I saw someone comment that. Like,
AI generated
yeah,
product.
Like, yeah.
What if I asked Chat GPT, like gave it some dimensions and said, what is the best airflow path for this? And it like just built something, right? And it pulls information from everywhere. And it's like Venturi effect, that's the thing. Maxim machine gun, that's the thing. Flow through, hub mount. I don't know what these words are. Throw it together. Lee Hendo says, John, please interview Tim Sundles from Buffalo Bore. Why? Is Moonman brown? Listen, Hitler is always more brown than you expect. But thank you, Moonman. I appreciate it. Lee Hendo says, I know he's funny. Do you want me to interview him because he's funny or because there's a
I want
because there's
on the stream. He's never going to come on the stream.
Is it because he's funny though? Not a product. You're not excited about a product. It's because it's funny, right?
Who is that?
It's
Buffalo Bore?
yeah, Buffalo Bore. I know he does like wacky YouTube videos. So people are like, "Oh, dude, he'd be so funny," right?
He's a hunter, right?
Well, I know Buffalo Bore makes ammo that puts like giant fucking holes and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's its whole thing.
Buffalo Bore did a stream earlier live from Africa. That's funny.
That's actually cute. He's a rich boomer. Huge ass over on Ko-Fi says only a gigantic faggot would take up space on the SHOT Show floor serving C&Ds. I hope next time that chud takes a shit, the toilet water splashes back into his butthole, which causes him to develop sepsis. Wow. Okay, that's rough, but I mean that it would be like karma. I wanted to say karmatic, but that's not a word. Karmic.
Well,
Is that a word?
anyways, but here's the thing: he doesn't even have a booth there. Like he just
He's
showed
just
up.
an asshole. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
just-
they're 50 AE fucks. Like I've used it.
Oh, Buffalo Bore.
Moonman for another 5 says, give it a few years, I will be on the news for something incredibly minor. Also, I am positively alabaster in complexion.
He's gonna be on the news with a minor.
Ooh, for an incredible, you know how they have incredible gassy, incredible minor. Moonman, no. That was you were meant to be. What did you just Chad face at him?
Moonman's
Dude, I can pull that out of nowhere.
Moonman's gonna drum strike us.
True, dude.
J-Dams.
Dude, it's the ghetto birds that are circling us
There
right
are
now.
So many
Yeah, there's a lot of
ghetto
ghetto
birds
birds.
I've heard in this 1 week. It is insane.
Welcome to Vegas, dude. Stabbings in the lobby.
Welcome to work.
Stabbings in the lobby of the Venetian because 2 bros are fighting it out, dude.
Dude,
Like I've had some tussles with brothers, but like stabbing each other, dude. What the heck?
Dude,
at Shot, you come to Vegas, you come to SHOT Show, and like if your relationship is that rocky, I feel like you two shouldn't be working together. Maybe that's just me. Do I actually now that I look at it, do I have like random hair sticking out of the back of my head? Maybe I'm just trying to. That's fine.
You just haven't been staying.
Looks
Look.
quite normal.
Did you just insult me? No, I'm just kidding.
It also looked like it was in like that weird like food court area. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
shot.
yeah.
So it could have just been two like random like pavement apes got
Do you
angry.
think they were trying to like?
They
Do you
were
think they
like,
got into an argument over the lobster stick?
yo,
They were both trying to deep throat the lobster
Before you
stick,
know, you have
which is
some
a
lobster stick.
which is a $30 stick of lobster. It is, as the name implies, the lobster
I'm-
stick.
I'm in for
It's-
it.
It's very ethnic.
Yeah.
It's very ethnic.
Fucking takes Brandon Mack.
Just imagine if Double Out Sean would be there. Yeah. Abel and Kane at SHOT Show. Dude, yeah. Come by
That's
the
fucking
Eden. Come by the
hilarious.
Eden booth to see Kane and Abel duke it out outside. That's funny. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We're over 3 hours. Love you all very much. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for the support. You guys are truly wonderful, degenerate monsters. We will see you. Well, you'll see a couple of us tomorrow. But with all that out of the way, John, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. God bless and Godspeed.